Open your mind. Your mind. Your mind. Your mind.
Let me see the fucking. Where's he at?
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
And so, a community is where you control your police, you control your commerce, you control your education, you control your house. We don't control none of that. We live in a hood. Huh? Well, what about the Negroes that get out? Oh, well, see, my cousin, they say he's a multi-millionaire, almost at $1 billion.
The Popular Thought City.
3 PhDs, working on 2 more. Driving down the street in Chicago in his Rolls Royce, enjoying himself, and he hear these sirens and look to the mirror and see this cop car flashing lights. He squeezed the steering wheel, man. Heart beats fast. Because he knows the price of a Negro, what it could be. And then when that cop car passed him by, he said, thank God he wasn't after you in the first place, punk. That Negro thing you can't get away from. It's universal. They wasn't coming after you. With all your millions, with your Rolls Royce, with your PhD, didn't help. That's the hood. Huh? Why do you think you never pick up the paper until you read over and over and see white families? You think it's thousands of black cops in America. Why don't you see white families crying as black cops shot my loved one 40 times in the back of the head? Why do you think black cops are that? You think they're more spiritual? Think they're better? No! They got enough sense to know that white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. And I will stop in our neighborhood when we decide we will not tolerate it. Now, if we was organized, which is hard to organize people who are just gonna run crazy and you don't know you're crazy. But if we were, with the money we have, and the many people who would come to our aid that don't know what it's like to be a Negro, and we said, look, we saying, if we don't get a federal law to deal with police brutality, that any time a cop or anybody carry a gun, have to have a license just like you used to drive a car. And if you use it wrongly, you'll lose your license. And if it's upheld, you can never work again as a cop or a store guard or a private detective. How do you get Congress to push that through? Well, you take your economic power and you call on your friends, black, white, young and old, and say, this coming Christmas, if we don't have a federal law to outlaw police brutality by law, then we call them for a nationwide boycott of Christmas and it'll start on Thanksgiving. Well, let me tell you what that means. 79% of all retail in America happens between Thanksgiving and Christmas. People stay in business all year, lose money just for Christmas, huh? Well, what happens now? Flagstaff Avenue, Toys R Us, Sears and Roebuck, Westinghouse. They will get the bill, and all they got to do is make one phone call and say, Harry, that's the senator, I want that bill pushed through in 3 days. Okay, it's an economic thing. It's that simple. But we have the power, but the system has wiped us out so bad.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
San Antonio, Lincoln 6. Go ahead. Clear suspect down, 10-4. 10-4. The officer's code 4. We have one suspect that's been shot.
Open your mind. Your mind. Your mind. Your mind. And we are back. Peace, folk. Welcome back to another edition. Well, a Friday night edition of the Popular Thought series, right here on the old T.P.O.T. YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you Negroes knew that already. That's why your black asses are here. Tonight, somewhat of an impromptu stream tonight. Y'all see it strolling down here. What's Biden plan for the 10 grand in Afghanistan? Like Sir Ism says, did that rhyme? Shout out to Brother Ism. Yeah, so we're going to talk about it a little bit tonight. This is somewhat impromptu. I was talking with some of the brothers today on the phone, and we decided to go ahead and talk about this tonight. But before we get started, as always, I always start the stream out with thanking you good folks, the good folks who hang out there, and the good folks who hang out up in here for your likes, your shares, your subs, your views, your participation, and of course, your hard-earned nickels, pennies, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces. Because I realize that you don't have to do it, man. I realize that you don't have to show up to these goddamn streams. You don't have to watch these videos and debates and discussions. And you definitely don't have to drop your hard-earned coins. But you good folks choose to do so, man. Night after night, y'all hang in there with me, man, especially my loyal watchers. Boy, y'all here no matter what. Sometimes it only be 5 of y'all here. But goddamn it, y'all will sit through whatever the hell I'm doing. And I want you to know, man, that I appreciate it, man. I don't take you lightly. I never have, and I never will. And I know y'all get tired of me starting the damn stream off like this every night. But goddamn it, as long as y'all freaking support me the way that y'all do, I got to start the stream off with thanking you good folks, man. Because I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm appreciative. And I'm thankful, man. I'm grateful for all you good folks. I am. I get up here and I continue to do this because y'all continue to support this platform. Y'all continue to support T.P.O.T. So ultimately, y'all are supporting me. And that means something. I know I get up here and I say a lot of shit y'all don't like. I know I say a lot of shit that just makes you want to punch the damn computer screen. But one thing I don't do is I don't take you lightly. And I do my damnness not to disrespect you because I actually appreciate y'all. I do. And that's real. I'm not saying it to kiss your black butts because if you've been following me long enough, you know X does not kiss butts. I say it because I mean it, man. And I appreciate you good folks. All right? All right. So let's get at it. I'm going to have quite a few brothers are coming through that have been confirmed. Brother S.K.C will be here. Brother Nick Taylor will be here. The Hood Conservative will be here. And my man LilBigNate will be here as well. And we're going to talk about something a little different that a lot of people aren't talking about that much. We're going to be talking about, hey, what's good, UFO, Kamikaze? Man, you know I'm old, goddammit. Those long names with little letters, if you're going to put a long name up there, God damn it, y'all need to put some caps in y'all names because you know the old man is old and I can't see. And the damn screen is over there, y'all. Like the screen that's showing the YouTube is like over there. It's that way. All right. It's like 5 feet away from me. All right. So when I'm looking at it, I'm actually squinting like a motherfucker. I'm telling you. And I don't know where the hell my glasses is. I lost my glasses like last week, and I don't know where the hell they at. I know they somewhere in this house or in the backyard. Hopefully my damn dog didn't get a hold of them and chew them the fuck up or some shit like that. But I know they're here, so, you know. But peace, what's going on? What's going on, brother Little Rock? What's good with it, man? Loyal supporter of the T.P.O.T. YouTube page. Hey, what's good, brother Perfect Black? If you want to come up, you can, brother Perfect Black. I don't know if you're working or what you got going on at the crib right now, but if you want to come up, you can come up too. If you want to, I'll just send you the link. If you want to come through, you can come through. Let's see. Oh shit. Using the wrong damn mouse, y'all. Just a wiggle in the goddamn mouse. Wondering why this shit ain't working. It ain't hooked up to this damn computer. That's why. But you young, but you young folks out there, man. Word of advice: don't get old. Yeah, you get old, you start forgetting shit. You know, start forgetting shit. That's how I lost my damn glasses. I know I laid them down somewhere and went to do some other shit. I guarantee they probably like laying outside on top of one of the damn benches or inside the fucking garage, just laying some fucking where. Because I didn't take them. I know that day I didn't take them to work with me. So I've been trying to figure out where they at for like a week. You know, my wife was like, "Oh, let's go get another pair." Hell no, shit, motherfuckers ain't cheap. I got to find them motherfuckers. I will get another pair once they are considered officially lost. They have to be considered officially lost first. All right. Once they're considered officially lost, then I will start making arrangements to get another pair. Screw that. See, she think a Negro made out of money, boy. I don't know what's wrong with her. She just think a Negro is made out of goddamn $100 bills. But no. Between her and my daughter, boy, let them tell it, boy. I'm just made of goddamn money, boy. They just think I'm a goddamn money tree. Money just, you shake me, money just falls out. Like, no. No, that's not how it works, ladies. It's not how it works. You know? And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Those of you out there who have wives and daughters, they think your ass a walking damn ATM. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about, especially your daughter, boy. Let me tell you. See, your wife, she know the deal. You know, she understands how things operate. But your daughter, boy, let me tell you, she think your ass is a walking ATM. Shit. Just think you made out of goddamn money or some shit. But yeah, we're gonna talk about this thing going on over in Afghanistan. This is kind of unusual for T.P.O.T. because we don't really get into the whole, foreign policy stuff like that. But we're gonna get into it tonight, man. Check your email, brother Perfect Black. Check your email. We're going to get into it tonight because maybe y'all aren't aware that with all what's going on in Afghanistan, of course, the U.S. military has kind of drawn away from it. So now over there, the Taliban is taking over for the most part. Old bases that they have, old living quarters and things like that, they're taking over. And there are 10,000 Americans, at least. They're not even sure. It may be more than that. It's 10,000 American citizens there, at least. And they're trapped and they can't get out. Now, I know when you hear this kind of stuff, y'all probably think to yourselves, so what? It's 10,000 people over there. But would you be thinking that if one of those people was your son, your daughter, your wife, your husband, your mother, your father, would that be your position? Now, Brother Perfect Black is saying that they took $5,000 out today, which is a good sign, which is a very good sign. But that being said, I say again, they don't know how many people are there. I was looking at a report today, right before I came on, that says there may be 20,000 people trapped there and can't get out. So no one's really sure. Even the military, all right? Even the military brass is saying they're not sure how many people are there exactly. All right. And you're talking about a country where it's not that, because we know from the past there have been journalists trapped there, reporters trapped there, dignitaries trapped there, and usually it's a handful. It's 5, 10, 20 people maybe there, but 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 people there trapped and can't get home. You would think that Biden would say, hey, make it so these people get out of there safely, or I'll just level goddamn Afghanistan if you don't. You would think that, right? Right? You would think that he would just like say, look, I want our people come out of there. I want them out of there safe. Don't be chopping off nobody's heads and all this kind of foolishness, or we will level that fucking place. And I say again, because I know a few people, okay, that have people overseas. And, it's tough, man, if it's your family member, if it's your brother, if it's your sister, man, if it's your son, your daughter, your mom, your dad. I mean, they're over there. It's unstable over there. There's no stability over there. The Taliban and pretty much took over, all right, for the most part. You don't know what's going to happen to those people over there. And I say again, we get up here and we don't usually, hey, what's good, Brother Taylor? Check your email. We get up here and, we don't really talk about this kind of stuff, but tonight we decided that we would talk about this kind of stuff because I think this is somewhat of a blunder. All right. I think this is somewhat of a blunder on the president's behalf. All right. I think it's somewhat of a blunder. And I think that the media is not talking about it like it's a blunder. They're just kind of kicking it down the road and saying, oh, well, it's going to be all right. Which leads me to believe, well, I've always thought this anyway. I've always thought that the media itself was part of the establishment. Now, of course, they cover the establishment, but they only tell you what they want to tell you. Therefore, that makes them part of said establishment, if that makes any sense to you folks. They have to be part of it if they're only telling you what they want to tell you. They're deciding what's news. They're deciding what's not news, which makes them part of the machine to me. But I'm just an old Negro. I don't know. What's good, brother, hood, conservative? What's good with it, brother?
What's going on, X, man? You know, when I first came to your well, let me say it differently. When I first started my channel, and it was kind of all this political conversation going on, I was
Mhm.
on your show one night, and you asked me what did I plan to do if Biden won, if Trump lost, and I said I'm gonna keep trolling. And now, not that I plan on trolling this because this is serious enough. And
Yeah,
there was plenty of funny things to see in this, horror because Taliban have got hella crazy videos out there where you could just laugh. These motherfuckers partying to Drake right now. But at the
yeah,
same time, when I'm laughing at that, I'm never forgetting the fact that we're paying for this party. We
yeah,
voted for this party. I didn't vote for it, but as a group, as a nation, we all have to own this.
yes, yes,
And then also too, I would like to point out because I'm never going to let this go. You were witness to some of the battles I've waged behind politics and the black vote, and I got to now rub some niggas' noses in it. When you vote, when you base major decisions, when you not even major, when your mind is set up to see everything through a lens of only racial politics, this is what you get eventually. This kind of disaster is what you get when you only do racial calculations.
yeah. Well, I mean, this will sound like an old cliche, but I mean, elections matter. I mean, you know, elections matter. And see me, I've never been much focused on uh national politics, like the presidential race. I've never been that focused on it. I'm more into local politics because I know local politics affect me directly. But that being said, these federal national politics would affect me if one of my sons and daughters was trapped in Afghanistan right now. All right. Because we can sit back and we can talk about this stuff, right? Because I was talking about it today with I was talking with brother Nick Taylor on the phone today, and I was also talking with brother S.K.C. And I was telling brother S.K.C. I was like, we can disregard this stuff because it's not us, but you got 5, 10, possibly 15,000, 20,000 people stranded over there, which means you got 5, 10, 15, possibly 20,000 families wondering whether or not their people are going to make it back home alive. All right. So there is that, you know, it's because we gotta understand that, these things may not matter to us individually, but it matters to those 10,000 people's family that that their people are trapped over there and can't come home. I mean, that matters. And not only that, I've been seeing some of the footage. I've watched some of your stuff, and I've also seen, other footage of these people, man, like falling off of jets, man, while they're airborne. Like these people are literally like falling off of jets to their death. All
Yeah.
right.
When I first covered that whole scene, it was not at the moment has passed. The initial moment of excitement has passed. I will say this, as calm as possible. But when you're confronted with these CRT people, these pro-blacks who say all these horrible things about America and why you should do certain things because America is a certain type of place and it treats black people a certain way, you have to ask yourself, why are people not only walking miles and miles across the Mexican desert to get to this country, but now they're willing to hang on to cargo planes? They're literally falling from the sky because they think they can make it here. If they hold on to that plane long enough, they think they can make it to America. And you really going to tell me that this is a bad place for a black man to live? Like, all jokes aside, all shit talking aside, how can both things be true? How can America be the worst place possible for black people ever, and people are willing to fall to their deaths just for a chance to get here? People are willing to hang on to a fucking airplane. Like, I don't. What part of the plane can you actually? Are there handrails on the side of airplanes? Like, what do you do to hang on to an airplane, bro?
Yeah. I mean, all those people, they fell off and died. They all fell off and died. Because once it got up to a certain speed and a certain height, there's no way they were just going to like be on there. So they just fell off and died. We know that. We know that. They fell off and died. Every single one of those people just fell off. Their bodies are just littered somewhere.
And they died for something we actually take for granted, which, this is why I try not to get so absorbed into the pro-blackness, because it kind of creates a myopic view of the world. You only see black problems, and it's like, no, these people are dying for something that we take for granted as Black Americans. Like, we don't really, like, as a group, Black Americans don't necessarily seem to have that nationalistic pride.
Mm-hmm.
It was on display during the Olympics. A lot of the Black athletes were famously doing fucked up shit for the American reputation, put it like that. And in a moment like this, I think it's time to actually have a little bit of national pride. Like, as a nation, as a citizen of America, I'm ashamed and I'm fucking disappointed that this is how we roll. Like, this is how we look. Biden got us out here looking crazy to the whole world.
Well, when you think about it, right, a lot of people talk, a lot of people talk like they're not American, as if they're not American citizens. So when you have people talking like they're not American citizens, they don't really feel like they're quote unquote connected to America, in that sense, because I've heard many people say, "Oh, we're just slaves in America." Like, I mean, come on, man, that's just crazy to say that. All
Well,
right.
we weren't just slaves even when we were slaves. I mean, we were both master and slave in America during its heyday. That is the Black American experience, but we're not encouraged to talk about it in that way because it will change the nature of the conversation. And you probably can't make money off the guilt machine if you talk about Black people as being willing co-conspirators in the slave trade.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's good, brother Q Wilson? Been a minute, brother. Send me an email, man, if you want to jump up on here, man. Send me an email and I'll shoot you the link. You know, I don't put the link in the chat anymore because Negroes are just out of their damn minds. So I gotta kind of screen, the incoming Negroes. I have to screen them. Can't just let people jump on because they might porno bomb. They might, because for some reason, man, YouTube has opened the door for a lot of wild and crazy foolishness. So shoot me an email, brother Q Wilson, and I will shoot you the link, my brother. Yeah, you would. This is what because I have a lot of military people in my family. Okay, a lot of ex-military people in my family, and I spoke to them today, and one of them told me today that this is one of the most horrific things they have ever seen. And you talking about someone who retired from the military. He's a retiree. All right. He said this is one of the most horrific things he's ever seen. And that's saying a lot because he did tours in Iraq. All right. And he said he never seen anything like it, and we were talking about, the bodies falling, from the planes. And he was like, man, it's like, I can't believe that more isn't being done to, number one, stop that, and number two, get those American citizens out of there. And this is an ex-military person. So I'm just
Well,
saying.
there's a weird symmetry in this, right? Before the bodies fell from the plane, we stopped flying our planes. Meaning, the reason why the Afghan army fell as much as it did, and I was talking big shit about the Afghan army. Like, bro, how did everybody just turn around and run? You left all the equipment, you left all your guns on the battlefield, and you just ran and melted into the crowd. Now, however, after having said that, I will say the Afghanistan soldiers didn't just totally run. This is the situation. We trained their army to fight as our army fights, which is with air cover and a lot of coordination.
Mm-hmm.
We removed critical elements. I mean, we are their air cover. So once we stopped flying, they have no air cover effectively. And once that happened, they got routed like every time. And so after we stop flying, we get bodies falling from the sky. I think there's a weird symmetry in that. Like, this is the price of us dropping the ball.
Yeah, what I don't understand is they're going to leave. Okay, that's the plan to leave. Why not, I don't know, torch all those bases? And I mean, why leave that stuff? Why leave it? That's what I don't understand. Why leave it? Why not just torch it? Why not just flatten it? Why not just bulldoze it?
I
You
mean,
know,
even now, I would be doing bombing runs on my own base. Like, if we're not going to take that shit, I'm blowing it the fuck up. I'm dropping bunker busters on Bagram Air Force Base because I hear the Taliban took over the whole fucking base, bro. Like, that was
yeah,
a major outpost. People lost their lives. People spent years of their lives and lost their lives in that place. And the Taliban's just riding around in Humvees playing bumper cars in our shit right now.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy. And American dollars, man, your tax dollars went to all that stuff. They in there working out on gym equipment. They in there dancing and singing and having parties and, like you said, riding around in Humvees and doing all that. All right. Now I know people don't care. People, oh man, I don't care about this. And that's fine for you not to care about it. But you know, you would think by this time the United States would not just leave so many damn gifts, you know, just like hand these people gifts to deal with, because guess what? They're going to take this stuff, man, and use it against America at some point, especially the weapons and the Humvees and whatever they can get their hands on. They're going to use it. It's not like they're just going to leave it. All right. They're going to use this to their advantage, I would imagine.
Can you imagine the propaganda victory that is to kill American soldiers, driving American equipment, shooting American guns with American bullets?
I mean, it's something to
Yeah,
think about, man. Go ahead, brother Perfect Black.
yeah. I'm gonna say this because I gotta do some things. So because I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna come back up. But because I know a lot of I still got some some connections that's within the military and who was over there. And what I'm gonna say now, a lot of the Biden administration, they've been pretty surprised of the speed in which the Taliban took over. And the reason why, one of the biggest reasons why they took over so quick is because of the corruption of the upper brass of the Taliban soldiers. Not so much as the foot soldiers, but more so the officers. They the
You
more
mean the
the
Afghanistan soldiers?
well, yeah. The Afghanistan soldiers, they a lot of those soldiers wouldn't even get paid because a lot of the officers of a lot of the Afghan officers were basically basically stealing the money. And a lot of the from the American side, they didn't know that this was going on. Some of them knew, but a lot they didn't know this was going on. So the Taliban comes in knowing this, knowing that man, I gotta feed my family. Knowing a lot of those soldiers they gotta feed their family. So they're not going to stay around long when they already are starving with the Americans there. So when the Americans leave, a lot of them have no incentive to stay there. Now about the 5,000, plus thousand that was evacuated out of there today. Um, Believe it or not, at least what you see on TV, you would see them doing a lot of, wanding of the of the Afghans and all of that. But a good number of them were actually were actually Americans. They didn't say that. They didn't put that on the news or anything. They would lead you to believe that there was 5,000 Afghans. And I can tell you right now, For the Afghans that come over here, I think we all know what communities they're going to go into. They ain't going in the white ones. They're going to be going in the black community.
Well, that's an interesting question because God knows I'm against all this immigration and refugees and whatnot. But it
Oh, I am
raises,
too. Just
but it
just
raises,
I am too.
it raises a question of American credibility, and this is a deeper issue. As much as I don't want to share the block with these shepherds and shit, like, dude, we promised these people. Like, we told you if you risk your life for America, we got your back, and now we don't got their back. That's the problem, bro.
Um, Actually, they okay. Well, I'm only going by from what I've been told from the people that I know who was over there and who I've been in communication with, the people who were over there at the time. A lot of those interpreters and all that weren't promised anything and they were paid. So I'll take a tougher line on this. Okay, you were an interpreter. We paid you. I don't think that we owe you citizenship or even a visa. That's just my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. Now, if they're brass over there, the Afghan officers and all of that, basically stealing the money and skipping the country, and that was something they didn't put on. No, a lot of those officers, a lot of those Afghan officers, and even some of the generals, a lot of them skipped the country. They left way before all of this was happening. They was doing this all the way going up to the during the Obama administration. This type of mess was going on. So a lot of this stuff has a lot of deep roots that Biden. I can understand why Biden said, "We got to get the fuck out of here. We got to get the hell out of here as quick as we can," because it was already a shit show by the time he got it. It was already a shit show. It was already a shit show.
Well, it's not so much that. Like, we can accept that we had to leave no matter what. Fine. The problem that we have is you're just going to leave a mess, like not even a mess for the Afghanis to handle, because ultimately that is their country. So I could take a certain hard line with that. However, we left a mess that our own people are trapped in. We have our own international allies looking at us like, what the fuck? Did you know that the parliament, the British parliament, how do you call it? I forget what the term was, but they basically like voted to censure Joe Biden or something. Like, obviously they can't do shit to him. It was a symbolic vote, but it was like our version of impeaching him. Like, governments and other countries have to take action and clean up for our shortcomings. And so this creates huge implications for the American politic going forward. Like, how do we look these people in the eye now and say believe us when we want to handle something big?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I put a lot of this, what we're seeing now. It kind of rests on Obama, because it was just way from what I was the conversation I had with people at the time when Obama was in, the things that I was told that was going on at that time, because the way Obama was handling things when it comes to that. To me, we shouldn't have never been over there, and the way that things were handled before him, and because you had an imbecile in the presidency, he really didn't know how to handle the generals in terms of Trump. He really didn't know how to handle them, and he didn't have the best advisors around him. He may have had some, and when it comes to this, he may have had some good. He may have had some good intentions. He just didn't have the right advisors around him who were really, really in the know. And a lot of the generals didn't want to talk to his people. They didn't want to deal with his people, so they avoided him.
Hey,
And,
how y'all
and that's
doing
what we're also
tonight?
dealing with.
What's going
Hey,
So
on, man?
what's good, brother Q Wilson and brother Nick Taylor? But hold on a second.
Okay.
Shout out to brother Blexit for the $5 super chat. He says, "I'm highly convinced that Biden stays high on fentanyl." And you know, when you drop coins on this platform, you get this. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform.
I think
How you doing,
Appreciate
brother
that.
Xavier?
hold on. Let me say this, and I'm gonna drop down and come back up because I got something to do here.
All right.
I think Biden is high on something much more potent than fentanyl, and that's his basic age.
Mm-hmm.
That's his basic
It's
age.
You
Alzheimer's
right about
medication,
that.
bro. Them Alzheimer's
So
pills have you fucked up.
yeah, that's his basic.
Arthritis.
What exactly do you take for Alzheimer's? Exactly. What's taken for
now
that?
see
A lot of
this
naps, bro.
this see right see
True.
this is
Hiding.
just juicy. There's some things you can take with age, but man, I mean that would call for the. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want the Secret Service knocking on my door. I, I'm I'm gonna come back up, man. I gotta do this thing. I'm gonna come back up, brother X.
All
All
right.
right.
How you doing, brother X, and everybody on the panel?
What's good, brother Q Wilson? What's good with it, man? Been a
Chilling,
while, brother.
chilling. Yeah, for somebody that's currently in the army right now, when I seen this on Monday, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I can't say too much, but I'm gonna say this: why in the hell would y'all negotiate with the dang Taliban, knowing what happened in the past? What I would have did was I would have went up in there, killed all Taliban people, and just let the Afghans do what they got to do. I know they got rid of the air support and didn't pay them too well. That's understandable. But to negotiate with terrorists and give them back the country that we won for so many years, that's just messed up. That's like a disgrace to everybody that ever fought or passed away in Afghanistan or any war, periodly. And then to look at our friends to be like, what the fuck are y'all doing? That's crazy. We look crazy in the world stage right now. China about to make some moves. Russia making them moves. They laughing at us right now. We used to be the strongest fighting force in the world, and we looking like we weak ass people. That's just crazy.
So you went off and joined the army on me, huh, brother Q Wilson?
Yeah, I'm currently in right now.
All right. All right. Because I know you weren't in the army the last time we spoke, right? You weren't
No,
in the
I
army.
left
Okay.
in 2019,
Okay.
and I'm currently in right now.
Okay.
That's why I'm not trying to take up too much time or anything like that, or say too much in depth
Gotcha.
into this. But my problem is President Biden look weak as hell, man. He just looks scared.
Mm.
I don't know what they telling him behind the scenes. I don't know what they telling the 4-star general behind the scenes. I don't even know what they telling the retired general that freaking is the Secretary of Defense. That's just crazy. Like, how y'all how y'all 4-star generals, one work with Trump, one work with Biden, and y'all don't know what the hell's going on. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is just disgraceful to everybody that's serving right now. And then the crazy thing about it, brother Edge, if you look at the news, freaking France and freaking Britain one upping us and actually doing what they supposed to do.
Yeah.
How tell me how somebody else is doing what we are supposed to do, and they don't got a bigger army like us. They don't got everything we got. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we got everything. We spend so much on defense, like no other country don't even look a blink at us. They don't even say nobody's even touching us right now. If they hear America is coming, what they do? They try to be diplomatic and stuff because they know when we come, we fucking shit up. And how the hell you gonna let France and freaking Britain come in and do our job? That's just crazy. I understand they got friends, they got homeboys and stuff like that. That's cool and dandy. But look, the world stage is crazy right now. We are looking goofy as hell. Like that is crazy. And Biden's not even leading that. He just giving false hope to everybody right now. It's just crazy to me. Like as a soldier right now, I'm just mad at the leadership. Like what the hell?
Wow. And this is coming from a current member of the United States Army, folks. We also been joined by my brother Nick Taylor. What's good, brother Nick?
Hey, brother, man. Hey, I'm all right. Hey, go ahead, go around. I got some noise going on behind me, and I don't want to poo-poo the stream.
Okay.
So
Well,
let
I
me
want
ask
to
you.
talk about that real quick. Let me just comment on something you just said, please, because this army thing is what I just recently covered last night. Like,
Mm.
bro, you realize the army has been training in equity and wokeness and critical race theory and all this shit. And it obviously we're not fighting a war, so it's not direct involvement. But I'm telling you, this is only the beginning. If we keep going down this path, our soldiers are going to be looking even worse out there. And when it comes to armies fucking up, that translates to bodies on the ground. So
Mhm.
if we keep going down this path, the army is not going to look great.
Man, I don't even have an answer to that, man. The whole thing is goofy, man. Everything is goofy right now. Let me ask you this, brother X.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this question. Knowing what you know right now of the Taliban, why would you negotiate with them? Why would you try to do what you got to do to get our people or the people we try to help that was promised to come over here? Why would you negotiate with them instead of the people that was running the country before they came? Literally a week ago.
Yeah.
That don't
And
make no sense to
and
me.
it's
Well, that's
strange.
simple, actually. Though it's dumb, but it's simple. You can't negotiate with the Afghan government anymore.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just,
They're
yeah, I
they're
ain't
in
gonna lie to
fucking
you. They just fled the
Qatar.
country. They just gave
They're
fuck.
it was Becky Stan and shit. Like the motherfuckers ran.
Well,
They
they had to. I mean, the United States had to have seen this coming. I mean, that they had to have known that this is how it was going to be. I mean, it's not like this is some surprise. It came out of nowhere. They have analysts and people who study these things. I mean, they had to have seen this coming,
they should
right?
have seen this coming when last week when they was gaining ground. They should have did something when they was saying they control 5%, 10%, 20. If I know you controlling 5% or 20%, why they just didn't do a drone strike? Why they didn't send boots on the ground? They was I can oh my god. I wish I could say more, but I'm not going to.
I mean, you got to actually care in order to make these planes real. And this
Yeah.
seems like it was careless. Like the definition of careless, you simply did not care. And now all these things happen because nobody cared to stop it.
So, do you brothers think that we're going to look up and now have a bunch of Afghan refugees coming into the United States?
I mean, they already here. I mean, they are in the 3 army bases right now. It's just how many are coming over here. That's the question.
Bro, next year, dude's going to be talking about how to bag Afghani bitches.
Oh, that's gonna be the talk of the town in what 3 months? In three
Like, yo,
months,
you
brother
gotta have
X.
Pashtun game. Get that Urdu game. Oh, you lit once you get you some Urdu game.
Yeah, yeah. Like I got this Pakistani girl, man. She don't know shit, but she give good head. Oh my god, that's all you're gonna hear.
And
Jeez.
that's why they will always be in the back. That's why the black American male will always be in the rear.
Mm,
Because of that right there. They put their
Mhm.
dick first, that means their head is backwards.
Mhm.
mm,
Anytime you put your dick over your head, you are fucked up.
Mhm.
yeah, I
And
have to agree.
that's why they're where they're at.
Yeah,
Call,
I'd have to agree with that.
tell who else will sit up and stream for 8-9 hours talking about chicks that they don't have and they claim don't want them.
Mm.
And answer and riddle me that one, Batman.
Uh,
Exactly.
well, this this is the thing, brother Taylor. Like, I'm all for people talking about whatever they want to talk about,
Sure. Oh yeah,
but
sure.
this is the thing. I never realized how important chasing women was until I came onto YouTube
Mm.
Yeah,
to
I'm
people.
cut from a different cloth. I
I
didn't know
never,
this was a thing.
yeah, I didn't know it was so important, to be able to have women, to chase women, because see, I never came up that way where, you know, women were fun and all that kind of stuff, but it was never a thing where, I devoted like
No,
80% of my
no,
time
no.
chasing them.
That was
Like,
low. That was low on my totem pole, on my pecking
yeah,
order of things.
yeah,
That wasn't
yeah,
even in my top 5.
yeah, yeah,
It's like this, bro. I don't have to think about breathing.
yeah,
It's kind of,
exactly.
you know, it's an
Automatic.
autonomous thing. It's
Yeah,
certain things that I don't have to worry about, and that was another one of them. It was autonomous. I didn't have to give it no damn thought. It just was what it was.
Yeah.
wow.
You know, shit. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? We're starting to see but see, you know what it was, X? See, me and you, we them old dudes.
Yeah,
We were
we old,
raised
old
by
niggas.
men. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
hold on.
The,
It's so funny. There's so many ironies to this phenomena right now. We are a nation of pussy whipped men who just got chased out of the mountains by men who literally whipped the pussy, bro.
Damn.
yeah.
ironic, ironic, but so true.
I mean,
So
well, look at it. Who else besides? But I mean, and I ain't gonna get too far off because I want to get in this Afghanistan thing. Name another group that got large numbers that's over 65% raised by women in America. Name them.
True. I can't think of none.
Exactly, and the results speak for themselves. If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it swims like a duck. Guess what? It's a duck. It's not a dog. It's not, it's not a fish. It's not a deer. It's a duck. Okay. You can glue feathers on a deer. Are you gonna say it's a duck? No, you're gonna say it's a deer with fucking feathers glued on it.
True. Hey, brother X, I'm about to get off here. Appreciate for having me on.
oh, absolutely, anytime, brother, anytime, man. And Godspeed, man, out there, man. Be safe, brother.
I
You
will.
know,
I
it's
will.
been a while since I spoke to you, man. Next time spoke to you like what 2-3 years ago, and next time I speak to you, man, you're an army man now, man. I'm proud. I'm proud of you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Proud of you, man.
All right. Have a good evening, fellas. I'll listen
Hey, be
on
safe, bro.
YouTube.
Be safe.
Peace, peace.
Yeah,
Shout
likewise.
out,
Big
shout out,
respect to
brother
all the
Q
men who
Wilson.
joined the army, bro.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, man. Shout out, brother Q Wilson, army man now. Yeah, I mean, okay, you got these people over there, right? They've taken over for the most part. We've seen videos, right? Do you think that now would it even look right if the United States went back over there and tried to reclaim whatever has been taken? Is that even a viable solution at this point?
Like, yo, we want our shit back? Are you serious? Bro, we can't go and ask for our shit back. We already look crazy. If anything, bro, we gotta go over there and just blow up as much as we can blow up.
Yeah, that's what I thought would happen, because I say again, I'm pretty sure the United States saw this coming. So when they were making their departure, you would think that they would, destroy, anything of any worth, that they weren't going to get up out of there. They would just destroy it. They wouldn't just leave it there for the taking. Right?
Here's a thought, right? A lot of that stuff probably has trackers in it because the vehicles and whatnot may or not. I'm just spitballing here, but you wait a couple of weeks and you blow the vehicles up with a Hellfire missile, and you probably kill a couple of Taliban at the same time. It's a win-win.
He said it's a win.
Well, you got a cost per kill count too, though. You gotta weigh that in too.
Wait till somebody's getting married. I don't know, but that's another thing too. That when you talk about Obama, like that's one thing I kind of don't really hold Obama necessarily responsible for much of Afghanistan because he didn't start it, he didn't end it, he just sort of managed it. And Obama was a drone striking motherfucker. Like that's one thing he didn't let up on. He was bombing the shit out of people. He didn't care where he caught you.
Oh yeah, he was deadly with the drone game. Yeah, he was deadly with the drone game. Yeah, he's deadly with that drone.
Yeah, very high cost per kill count. That was too expensive. That was way too expensive.
Well, you know, it's only money. You know, I'm being facetious, but it's
Oh,
like,
I know it. I know what
It's
you mean. I know
it's
it.
only money.
I know what you mean.
yeah, because it's like, look, do you want the guy or not? Is he a critical member of your enemy's war effort or not? Like that's kind of how you kind of look at that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just from a group, from a military group and time when we done a hell of a lot more with a hell of a lot less. But that's just, but those days are gone. I mean, I don't foresee them coming back. But
Would this be different under Trump? What do you brothers think the scenario would be if Trump was in office?
I don't think it would be very much different, because there's one thing a lot of people are tending to miss. Well, quite a few things. So let's start with here. The president of Afghanistan that just jetted up out of there. He's an American plant. He was an American citizen. He had to drop his American citizenship and his passport to move back to Afghanistan to run for president. This man taught college here in the United States. The guy that was the president of Afghanistan, he taught college here. He lived here. His kids were raised here. He didn't come to he was a little boy in Afghanistan, but that was about it. He taught college. He's a college professor here in Berkeley. You know what I'm saying? He's an American. He was an American citizen.
Bro,
He's Americanized, right?
He's a
No.
liberal.
He was a full blown American citizen. He had to drop his citizenship to move back to Afghanistan to run for president. Now, here's another one. You ready for another one? Guess who his presidential campaign advisor was? You never guess if you ain't into this game, but this my game. James Carville. The same James Carville that was Bill Clinton's presidential advisor and the same man that ran Hillary Clinton's campaign.
So you can put this on the Democrats' lap.
He moved. He went to Afghanistan with him. He was his presidential advisor.
So the president of Afghanistan was an American Democrat?
He was an American citizen. Well, you may as well say.
Wait. Well, no. Let me explain why I made that connection, and it's very obvious. A liberal Berkeley of all the colleges, Berkeley. He's not a Republican. I promise you. You're not a Republican.
There's nothing Republican about him.
So for one, do you really think a liberal Berkeley professor can stand up to the fucking Taliban?
Well, I guess he won the presidency. But but
he didn't fight the Taliban for the presidency. No, that was easy.
Oh, well, I mean, it all depends. I mean, but I guess certain people. I mean, I can't police the world. I was stationed. I don't know if you heard of Firebase Tinsley. That's where I was at there. Later, after we had a SOCOM officer get killed, they redesignated it as Firebase Cobra. That's where I was at. So I'm not. I'm not talking from Texas to Afghanistan. I've been a couple of places where people were shooting each other. Okay, so and I'll leave it. I'll leave it at that. But the thing is, he was a plant. Now, the people that weren't political hawks didn't know what I just said here. They can go look at it. I knew this, dude. I knew this 20 years. I knew this years ago. I knew this. I've been knowing who he was, but I'm in the game. I mean, I'm not playing the game goofball. I'm in the game was. But this guy here, they dropped the whole ball. And plus, and number one, number two, we can't technically just quote unquote, I'm doing the air quote things with my hand, go back in there and go and do this or go and do that, because war has not been declared between us and Afghanistan. We were fighting what's called a proxy war. We were fighting vicariously through the Afghan military, who turned tail and ran. All this equipment that they got, they didn't get it because we left it. This was equipment that we sold to the country of Afghanistan. Some of it was sold, some of it was brought. Now, our soldiers that came back, of course, they didn't drop their rifles on the ground and leave. That ain't how we get down. I've been there. I'm one of them. And your rifle comes back with you. Your LBE, LCE, everything comes back with you. Your ACOGs, 240s, 249s, M2s, everything you got comes back with you. Okay, I'm looking at pictures, some of these pictures on here where these were weapons straight out of storage. The new ones. Now, the old ones that you saw stacked in them bunkhouses, those were the officers' quarters outside of Bagram Air Base. Don't ask me how I know, but I do. And you left enough machine guns and rifles for, I don't know, maybe two companies. Maybe two companies. I'll give you half a battalion. How about that? Now, here's the thing, Brother X, and I'll tell you, you know this, and I'll give anybody this type of deal here. Oh, look, they had sniper rifles, and they had this, that, and other. Dude, that Remington 700 chambered in 7.62 by 51. A handful of them are chambered in 300 Win Mag, a handful of them. In the hands of an untrained person, that rifle ain't nothing but an adjutant. You just aggravating the hell out of everybody. You give me, somebody like me, that same rifle, and you in for a long day. The helicopters, they got one Black Hawk helicopter. They got a bunch of Soviet helicopters. Those are from the last thing. Mm-hmm. And the people, now the Russia's this point. And I had to tell people, y'all do know Russia went to war with Afghanistan for 10 years and lost because we supported them. We supported the Mujahideen with Stinger missile systems and everything. And that's how the Mujahideen defeated the Russian army, was they used American equipment. Now we're back into the same thing, but see, there wasn't the Taliban then. It was the Mujahideen. Okay. The Lion of Panjshir. I actually liked him and I studied him. So anyway, so you have this going on here until you have the orders. You just can't fly into a place and just start shooting and killing people. Now, I wish I could, because you're fighting people that don't play by rules. They have no rules. The only ones that's playing by the rules is us. And a lot of times those rules will get you killed. And
that's what's going to be required to go pick up our people, though, is to basically all right, if we have people spread out in different parts of the country, not just Kabul. So if we have different people spread out, they have to all kind of huddle in a centralized location. And we just sort of have to make a warpath to that, a literal warpath to go get these people and then go back. That's the only way out at this point, because somebody was talking about negotiating. You can't really negotiate with the Taliban,
I'm not talking
so you just
about
got to go. I was just mentioning it in the sense that you can't negotiate with them. So the only real option is gunplay, bro. That's it. You're going to have to go out there and kill people and get your people out.
I understand. But like I say, there's repercussions that come with everything. You talk, I'll take it from the top. Started off at 18 years old in Grenada. 18 years old. They've been there, Panama, Honduras, Iraq, and Afghanistan. I've played a little bit. And I'm reading the screen. Okay, you can disagree. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, they done some damn. Okay, I was there too, but I know what 1920s bolt action rifle. The only thing it knows is it's a rifle. Okay, I mean, so that's no. We use the Army used our Army used the 1903 Springfield as a sniper rifle all the way up to Vietnam. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, whether or not they're
You know,
proficient is beyond the point in a lot of ways, because
I
they're not
know, but
fighting us a lot
no,
anymore.
well,
Like
I
they're
just
leaving,
see.
so they're going to be fighting other, sheep
I
herders.
got it,
So
but that's
fine.
that's just throwing dirt on the field. That's the only thing I see. I mean, from a guy that was a designated marksman, I can make any rifle work, but they're just because I can make this work over, I'd rather have that one. I can make a old beat up ass truck work too, but I'd rather have a new one. I mean, just because I can make it work, don't mean I'm gonna choose that beat up piece of junk over this brand new Peterbilt sitting here.
Yeah, I'm with you there, brother Taylor.
Yeah, so I mean, that's that's a disagree. Great, that's fine. I'm still moving forward. If I had to pick up a 1920 rifle or pick up my brand new Remington 700, guess which one I'm picking up? Exactly. So, but look at it like this: they got one Black Hawk helicopter. One. How
Why do you
many
keep
of
saying
those?
one though? Like it's the
Because
whole
that's
country worth of equipment, basically.
sir. No,
Like
I'm
I
talking
don't assume
about.
it's just one.
No, sir. They have one Black Hawk helicopter. They have a whole slew of Russian helicopters, but they had those helicopters before we even came there. Those Russian helicopters are from when they went to war with Russia.
Yeah.
They still have, there's nothing we can do about that. The Kalashnikov rifles that they have, they didn't get the Kalashnikovs from us. But now they got all them brand new M4s from us. But I tell you now, if this was a free fire zone, which we know it ain't, we could take 2nd Armored Cavalry Regiment and drop them at Kandahar, and you can watch the shit show from there. But we know it's not going to happen because there's political implications worldwide. So at the end of the day, us boots on the ground, we don't control. The only thing we control is what's in front of us. We don't control what's back over our shoulder here in DC. And number one, number two, anybody that's been there know this, and they can look this up. The literacy rate of the Afghan people, even speaking and reading their own language, less than half of them can read.
Bro, did you see the jumping jack videos?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they can't even
read.
jump jack.
So you think who's going to teach this person how to operate the one Black Hawk helicopter they got? Anybody can drive a Humvee. Fuck, man, well, I mean, it's a truck. It's a truck. That's all it is. It's a truck. Okay, they jumped out of their Toyota Land Cruisers into a Humvee. It's a truck. It gets you from point A to point B. So, you know what I'm saying?
What do you brothers think about what Kentucky Transplant just said here? They're saying, do not get me wrong, the Taliban taking back over their country is not the worst thing for the country. They are from the region and we are not. They deserve their country back.
I don't want their country. I didn't want to go there in the first place. That was my last tour duty before I ETS'd out. Well, sort of ETS, because then I was active reserve and in training battalion here in Texas, training artillerymen. But that's a whole different story though, too. But I reverted back to my original roots of 13 Bravo and 11 Bravo. But bruh, without a battle tactic, without replacement parts, without somebody that can fix that helicopter, where you going to get parts for it? When the gear drive for that tail rotor go out, X, where they going to get it? Where are you going to get the parts?
Yeah.
What are they going to get? Yeah.
Chinese copies.
Bah. It's only good while it's good, once it breaks down, that's it, right?
Exactly. The fuel pump goes out on that Humvee. If even where are they gonna get a fuel pump? Who can fix it?
No. I think we're talking past, like, you're making valid points on the Taliban level. They can't do what we can do with our shit, right? That's not the issue that's at hand. They are geographically situated
Sure.
between some of our worst enemies. So you have Iran on one side, you have China on
Mhm.
the other. What do you think they're going to do with all this tech that they can't use? They're going to sell it. So when I make the joke about buying this
They have
replacement
it
Chinese
already.
parts,
They have it
right? So
already.
we're not really helping by leaving all this shit behind. Like the whole problem isn't so much that what the Taliban is going to do with it. Like they can probably do minimal damage, and I'm not even going to argue you on none of those points. What I'm concerned about is, and what the tactical situation that you just sort of blundered away is that you've given up actual like advanced technology. Like there's technology on the ground that no one wants to talk about as far as like stealth technology, that kind of classified information sort of shit. And so when you have a situation where you just left behind high level military equipment, it's not so much about the Taliban at that point. Like that's a step one kind of argument. Like this shit's gonna have it's gonna reverberate down the line over and over because
They
like who knows what you can do if China's our biggest conflict, our biggest conflict coming down the line is China, right?
they
And now
already
you
have
just
this
gave
stuff.
them,
They had
well,
this
you just
stuff
gave
before.
them more. It's like you're helping. That's all I'm saying. Even you can say like they already have this. Fine. I'm not even gonna argue that because the Chinese have been stealing like a motherfucker. Still, why are we helping them steal even more? And now it's not even stealing. They just get to buy it. Like it's just they can just print some money and give it to the Taliban.
Right.
Like
Well,
this is such a fuck up on so many ways, bro.
yeah, they've already had parts of the helicopter, the ideas of the helicopter. The United States sold M1 Abrams tanks to Morocco. Okay, the United States sold M3 Bradleys to Turkey. This was years ago. Years ago, the Turks and had the stuff. Um, India has stuff. Um, the Morocco, like I said, we sold M1 tanks to Morocco. Morocco. So I mean, it's like this. I guess it goes. Do I like it? No, but it is what it is. It kind of goes back to the deal of they got okay. I give them an M1 Abrams tank, and I give a crew from 1-5 Armor from Fort Knox, Kentucky, an M1 Abrams tank. They're gonna kill them with their even though they got a exact copy of the tank, they're going to kill them. You can give them my M1908 howitzer, my 155 millimeter towed howitzer. They cannot deploy it like we can. Do I want them to have it? No. Should they have it? In my opinion, no. Do they have it? Yes. The only thing I can do is beat them if the first opportunity I get. I am not into diplomacy. Diplomacy to me then got a whole bunch of good men killed. I could give a damn less about diplomacy. I'll play this. I'll do this to you. Okay. Tell you what, you got it. Great. Let me know when you ready to go. Now, don't step on this field. Don't step on this football field. Your helmet is the same as my helmet. It's just a different color. Your shoulder pass is just the same. We throw the same ball. My quarterback used the same ball that your quarterback do.
Well, how effectively can we now engage in diplomacy
No, I
with
didn't
major
say no.
powers? No,
No,
bro.
no,
Let me
no.
ask the
I
question because
said no.
I'm not,
No, I'm not worried
bro.
about diplomacy. I said I'm not into diplomacy. I
I'm
don't
asking
want
a larger
diplomacy.
question, though. I get you, but I'm asking a larger question about the whole event because it's sort of a national problem here. How can we effectively engage in diplomacy going forward when we're so incompetent in front of everyone right now? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, my answer is I have no idea. That is
Right,
my answer. I
right,
have
yeah.
no idea because that is not in my wheelhouse. It's not.
But don't you think that the greater thing is getting those people home who are trapped over there? Like, I mean, shouldn't they, the American citizens, right? You would think that America would be more focused on the American citizens, getting them
Hmm.
out of there first
There
and foremost before they do anything else.
there's forces at work right here. I mean, like I say, the stuff that we done around the world while America slept if if the American people only knew some of the stuff that we done, you know, while the world slept. You know, it just is what it is. We leapfrogged across the entire Helmand province in a week, and nobody knew it until it was time for us to pull the trigger. Now, granted, we lost a helicopter, god damn it, but you know what I mean? But you know, the thing is, there's forces at work now. Fourth ID is at work. Second ACR is at work. 15th MI, they're at work. They're not sitting at home playing video games, watching TV.
Yeah.
They own it now, because and I'll say this, and I've been saying this for years, and people get mad at me when I say this. There's a whole bunch of shit that goes on around the world that us battle guys do that I don't think the average Joe and Jane Doe should know a damn thing about. And I'll carry that to the grave.
I agree. Some shit is best unsaid and unspoken.
I mean, no diss. The dude that's the manager of the furniture store in your town, and the girl that runs the cash register at the Dollar General, what benefit do they have knowing my battle plan in the Helmand province?
I agree.
They wouldn't know what the hell I'm saying anyway. They're gonna look, what the hell is a frago? That's a fragmentation order. What is that? You know, I ain't got time to explain this shit to you. You know what I mean? But do I like the way it's going? I'll say it again for the 5th time. No, I don't like it. I think it was fumbled. But when the ball, it's fumbled. You know, you can't pick it up, right? Once they blow the whistle, the ball is dead. The ball is dead. You can't go and snatch the ball back from him, because the referee goes, hey, man, I blew the whistle. Dead ball. The ball's dead. Yeah, but I want it back. It don't work that way. That's not the way it works. Okay, you need to go back to your sideline and your coach, and y'all need to come up with another battle plan when y'all come out at halftime and try to win the game. But standing here arguing with me over a dead ball foul ain't gonna get you nowhere.
It's true. That's true. Well, we're going to take a short little commercial break, but shout out to Kelly Ray for the Cash App. I appreciate that, Kelly Ray. So you get this. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform. Yeah, and we are here and we are talking what's Biden's plan for the 10 grand in Afghanistan. We got Brother Nick Taylor here and the Hood Conservative. We got some more guests joining us in a few. I'm going to drop a couple of my bullshit commercials on y'all, and I will see y'all on the other side of this here break. All right? All right.
Open your mind. Hey guys, T.P.O.T. on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But you knew that already.
heard the voice, you know the name. You've waited long enough. Little Big Nate has arrived, and it's on. Let's go.
Peace, folks. This is Teacher Tanisha. You're listening to the T.P.O.T Media YouTube page. You know, now back to the show. You know.
And we are back, and we are talking Afghanistan up here tonight. We got the Hood Conservative up here and my brother Nick Taylor. And we will be joined by a few more guests, I think, in about 5 minutes or so, I believe. I know that I know you gotta go soon, brother Hood Conservative, right? Because I know you got a stream coming up tonight as well, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the politics of black women, talking about a few, you know, because I don't necessarily get into the dating arguments per se, but I am fascinated by the political moves that black women make, and so we're gonna dive into that tonight.
I see my man, brother T.P.O.T is in the house, and those of you who may not know, brother K.I.T is the official timekeeper of the T.P.O.T debates. Go down there and check him out at T.P.O.T on YouTube, and check him out at keepitechie.com. What's good with it, brother K.I.T? You want to come through, man, you can. I don't know what you got going on tonight, but I'll send you the link anyway. What the hell? Because he is also former military. It's always good to get some military minds up here. So let me ask you, brother, something. Now that all of this is going on, you know, and we've seen it all, you know, we've seen the bodies dropping from the planes. We've seen the Taliban working out in the gym and driving bumper cars and all that kind of stuff. Do you think that this emboldens other countries? Does it embolden the Irans, and does it embolden other countries?
Did you hear what China told Taiwan? Oh my God, China just pulled their dick out in front of Taiwan. Like, look, obviously the Americans are not going to come save you. Once the fight starts, it's over for you guys. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but like, go look it up. China put out a very ballsy statement, like for diplomatic speak, especially like the Chinese. That's another thing too. The Chinese have been punking the Biden administration quietly this whole time. But like when the Chinese put out statements, they don't usually put out like open threats like that. Like for just diplomat, policy, just in the history of diplomatic relations, like such an open, obvious, blatant threat is rare. And so for them to do that, like, bro, you feel like, I feel like, and I said this on my stream the other day, they're probably going to move on Taiwan before Joe Biden's out of there, because it would be the best time ever.
Yeah. And we've been joined by brother Supreme. What's good, brother Supreme?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's been a long one, so I ain't gonna be here too long, man. But yeah, I just had questions, man. From you three that's on the panel right now, and for the people that's in the chat, I know that there's been a lot of presidential gas. All through time, you have famous moments. I never had sex with that woman. Read my lips, no new taxes. I am not a crook. Where would you all rate What do you think about those Afghans falling from the plane?
I don't
That was
think
4 or
nothing
5
about it.
days ago.
Yeah, that happened 4 or 5 days ago.
I
I
don't,
mean, where would y'all rate that?
I don't
That
rate
is
it as
the
nothing. I rate it as a self-inflicted wound.
no, no, no. In the context of historical presidential gaffes, like when Bill Clinton says I didn't have sex with that woman, because that was a famous moment. That will go down as a famous moment. Like they're doing memes about that shit. Like I
Oh,
saw a meme the other day where like so it was a meme, but it was like Biden calling Taliban to negotiate, and then Taliban was like, yeah, I got you, and then Biden is like, yo, but you guys used to beat your women, and he's like, yeah, but that was 4 or 5 days ago. Like it's already becoming a punchline. So yeah, that's gonna be historic. That whole quote, like, bruh, it was just 4 or 5 days ago that they've fallen out of planes. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Like only after the 72-hour manosphere window passes, it doesn't matter anymore. Like that shit is retarded, man.
Wow.
don't
I
bother me a bit.
I
But
had
that's me. That's me.
I had saw this earlier, and Viscount was saying the problem is we only stayed in Afghanistan to protect the women there. Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, convinced Obama of this. What do y'all think of that?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Bro, you know the only people who want to go back right now are women to defend women. Like literally, if you see anybody who's saying anything that sounds like they should go back and defend Afghanistan, it's for feminist cause. It's either being said by a male feminist or it's women trying to speak up for women.
I know one thing, Hood. It was quite hilarious to see that reporter in a hijab being real respectful.
Did you see the
It
clip?
was like
Yo,
feminism was defeated.
I got that clip. Yo, it was so dope. When he told her, she was like, "Look, they told me to stand over here because I'm a woman," and she put her head down and stood on the side. Yo, I got that clip. I'm gonna never erase that clip. I'm gonna use that all the time now.
Well, she doesn't have much of a choice over there. Like, I mean,
But
I was
I thought she's supposed to say, "I'm an American woman."
oh, get up out of
Hear me
here.
roar.
I was telling my wife today, I said, boy, y'all women don't know how good y'all got it over here in America.
They know. They know. They just know they can flex and get away with it anyway.
Ain't none of that shit going down in Afghanistan, goddamn it. Ain't no
Iraq either.
No, absolutely not, boy. None of that magic over there, boy. Absolutely not. Ain't none of that magic, ain't no feminism, ain't none of that shit over there, boy. None of it.
I'm not a real big military historian. I lean on guys like Nick to tell me. But has there ever been another period in time where America had thousands of people behind enemy lines?
Sure.
Or when? Like thousands of American citizens?
No, well, American citizens.
Yeah.
I don't know about the citizen part, but soldiers, yeah.
No, I'm just talking about the citizens.
No, not citizens. I don't. Not that I can recollect, but I'm quite thousands. I mean, putting a number. I mean, I'm not going to throw a number out, but I'm quite sure there's been quite a few. But you don't. But that comes with the territory. If you're using civilians in a known zone that can heat up in no time flat. So we had civilian coders. We had civilian coders during World War II. We had civilian coders during the Korean War.
They're comparing this to Dunkirk right now, though. World War One, which was obviously mostly militaries, but it's the same like level of effort involved. Like you got
but that was the Brits,
trapped.
though. Yeah, the Brits got pinned. The Brits got pinned on the end of the peninsula. Yeah. I remember that. Remember it well.
So the people that are there, exactly who are these people?
Exactly. That's why I've kept my powder dry, because no one will. Well, they're what do you mean American citizens? Like Joey from Kansas? I mean, what Mikey from Michigan? Get
You
the
never
Yeah,
saw one of those ads
that
on
is
the
a huge
internet?
question as to why would they be over there in a
yeah.
You
hot
never
zone?
saw one of those ads where they be like, "We need interpreters. We need you to teach people how to speak English in a third world country." Shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Well, that guy that just
I get,
popped on the screen, he's one
I
of
get,
them.
I could probably explain it to you.
Yeah, I was great. He's
Yes,
one of
please,
them.
Yeah,
please
yeah.
do,
So,
brother KIT.
so
Please do.
those civilians over there, basically, y'all know every time y'all seen it come on the news that we got what X amount of soldiers leaving from Afghanistan. The president's pulling X amount of soldiers back from Afghanistan. Every time that happened, you know what happened? We were sending U.S. contractors over to Afghanistan to replace those soldiers to do the exact same jobs. That's what was going on, and that's what civilians, U.S. citizens that are still over there. I don't know if my homeboy has made it back yet. I'm sure he has, but he was on a contract over there, still doing whatever work he was doing. I can't really talk about it, but he was doing whatever work he was doing over there. And he said he was gonna be there till the end. And I talked to him recently, say a couple months ago, and he was still working over there through the drawdown, process. So I haven't talked to him in a while, so I don't know what his status is, but that's what was going on, and that's who's over there as far as civilian contractors over there. And I was personally one of those contractors over there as well. I spent 5.5 years over there contracting for government contracts, and so it's only to give the illusion that we are pulling troops out, but they basically being replaced by soldiers that are either getting out the military, have X amount of experience or whatever it is that's required to do the actual job over there, and they're sending them right back over there in civilian clothes.
Yeah, doing the same job. Just
Yeah, pretty much.
I know. I mean,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now I got some good news. Two of my former teammates, they made it to Saudi Arabia at 3:30 this morning. So that is
Oh,
a
that's great.
huge sigh of relief off of me. Them two, they was privates under me. They was damn privates. But they're in Saudi Arabia, and they're going from Saudi Arabia to the British to Great Britain, and then they're gonna just stand down there. But I'm not giving any special top secret shit because Reuters and already reported it. So
maybe you two can answer a question that I have. Does it make more sense to kind of get those people out quietly, or would it make more sense to kind of publicly state, hey, we dare you to touch these people, because if you do, we'll turn this doggone desert to glass?
if they touch them, they ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna saber rattle and talk shit. There ain't gonna be no glass making.
Yeah,
There ain't gonna be no glass making because this the way they see it. It's just like us soldiers. If we would have got kicked, you signed up for this. We didn't drag you out of your house. You signed up and you agreed to do this job for X amount of dollars, and you knew the dangers that come with it. Now that don't mean I'm gonna leave you hanging, but that, you know what I'm saying. But it's called collateral damage. That's pretty much what it is. It's collateral damage. And and actually, before you even deploy, there's a certain percentage of collateral damage they've already done the math on before we even flew out of the United States to head over there.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Because then that's how you make your nest. I'm sorry, Techie. That's how you make your nest adjustment. You got a date and a timeline. Now, if you've went over what you thought was going to be collateral damage, then they need to freeze and fortify. If you're under your collateral damage, then you can pull back resources and keep moving.
It's called acceptable collateral damage.
Well, all collateral damage is acceptable.
Yeah, I understand what you all are saying. I'm just worrying about I wonder about the optics of it to the public.
The optics to me, well, based on what I've seen, most U.S., American citizens or whatever that's seeing it through the lens of the media is only concerned about people in uniform coming home. And yeah, I'm not saying just throw the contractors away, but they want to see, that's like a symbolic thing of seeing soldiers in uniforms coming through the airport. So that's the optic. Those optics look better than just some random contractor coming through with his 511 pants on, walking through the airport going to his house.
Well, hold on. It's actually not so much like that from what I can see, because I would rather have American contractors come home. I don't give a fuck what they're wearing. They don't have to be kitted out in
Oh,
gear.
I would rather. I'm just talking
But
about the
because
optics.
because the other option, what you actually do see isn't a bunch of like obvious American citizens chasing down the C-130 as it runs down the runway trying to take off. Those are Afghanis trying to get out. And so that's kind of the problem here. Is like, if we're going to go in and get our people, fine, but we have no obligation to rescue the whole nation either.
Yeah, but brother KIT just said that a lot of those people that are there are ex-military, and this is something that I never understood. Right? You always hear these politicians, whether it be a president, a senator, a congressman, or whoever, they always show a level of concern for troops that are on the battlefield. But once they're back home or out of uniform, it seems like, oh, fuck them.
Dog,
No,
they don't care
this is
about us
different.
when we're there. They don't care about, they gotta,
He said
they
it.
put up the facade. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you, that's a facade for the people that's sitting on the couch watching TV. That ain't for us.
So the whole God bless our troops is just a ploy. It's just
90% of it is
aesthetics.
bullshit. 90% of it is window dressing.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to explain a little more, when you're a civilian contract, well, when you a contractor, let me not put civilian in it, because some people get confused with DOD civilians and DA civilians and all that stuff. Contractors, though, yeah, depending on the contract that you own, the company is responsible to get you out, and also a lot of times the company puts it on you as the contractor to get yourself out. Meaning, like every time I've had to go home, I had to pay for my flight all the way from Afghanistan to Texas, which is where I was living. I had to pay for that trip, which was what, it was like $2,000 at the time. Round trip. No, it's 2,500 round
Did you hear
trip
that?
to get back home.
Did you hear
And
about that?
and
They're
and
charging them too now. The same 2,000 I heard.
yeah, it's been like that, man. Like last time I was in Afghanistan was 2015. That was my last trip home, and I spent $1,500 one way, going back to the house. But every time I went home round trip, yeah, it was about $2,500. And that's through whatever I went through Dubai every single time.
Yep,
And it
I
was
went through
the
Dubai
So,
as well.
yeah.
Hey,
can I ask you about this
they're
angle?
Mr. Fantastic. Can you send him the link, Brother X, to Mr.
Can I
Fantastic? We need a
And
Navy guy. We need a Navy guy.
can I
and
ask you this
also the
question though?
oh, go ahead.
About that the military contractor angle, right?
Check your
And
emails, brothers. Check your emails. I sent the link out to you, brother BMT and brother Fantastic. Go ahead. My bad, brother Hood Service. You got it.
I accept the argument. That sounds proper. That as a company, especially during normal business time, and I can't even say peacetime because you wouldn't be working as a contractor in real peacetime. So during normal affairs, you would be obligated to work under whatever your contract will calls for. So I can accept that. But now this is a very special situation because technically, I mean, nation to nation, we kind of owned Afghanistan for the last 20 years. Those contractors, those companies, Blackwater-ish type companies wouldn't be there unless they could operate under the American umbrella. So now we're facing a situation where the American umbrella has effectively collapsed. So it still falls back on the country, not so much the company in that
And
sense, because the companies are hired by the country.
Yeah, and you're 100% right, because it does fall under, like, when we were in country under a contracting flag, so to speak, the U.S. military was responsible for us. They had to protect us, because depending on whatever contract you're doing, whatever type of work you're doing, majority of the time you're not having a weapon. And most people look at me crazy, like, "Oh, you going to Afghanistan with no weapon?" Yeah, that's part of the contract. I'm doing IT work. Ain't no need for me to have a weapon. I'm be on base behind a computer every single day. So the government, or not the government, but the U.S. Army is responsible for protection, and we're going to be on a 5. And anytime we have to go on convoys, got the QRF, if they make it out, if something happens. But what I'm saying, you're in a military convoy, when depending on where you're going, so they're responsible for protecting you. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm a little confused in KIT, because if a lot of the individuals that are there, let's say, I'm gonna just throw a number out there. Let's say 65% of them were contractors. Okay, then why would the military, knowing who they are, withdraw without getting them out first?
Well, and that's the thing. The images that we seen on the news, those, like y'all said, those were Afghans. Those were regular Afghans from what it looked like. Based on me being there,
they weren't our
they were
folks.
not. Yeah, they were not our folks. And so I'm sure that whatever contractors that are still there are on one of the bases in country. So whatever bases that were still controlled by the ANA or whatever, they're probably still on that base, if that's the case. And that's the thing. That's if they're still there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had any contact with anybody's over there in a while. So I'm just going off of when I was there in 2015, and then as well as people that I've talked to since that time over the years.
And I see the other people up here, and I know they have more experience at this than I. I just have one more question. Then again, just going with the 65% number. If 65%, we're contractors, then why in the world is the defense secretary talking about, we don't know who's over there, we don't know the number?
Oh, good point. They have no clue about anything. They can't answer numbers, names.
Yeah, that's the number
nothing.
to give, though. That's what you say, because then if you say you don't know how many, you can't claim it's a lot, and then but well, we're not saying it's a little, but then we're not gonna alarm you to the actual
Exactly. He knows. He just can't. He knows.
Right.
He knows.
You never say if you listen. What's going on to all veteran brothers? You already know my resume.
What's good? What's good?
BMT. What's up? What's up, man?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
I'm talking about one of my favorite sandboxes.
Hold on. I like to introduce my brothers. We've been joined by Brother Fantastic, Brother BMT, and Brother Big Nate. What's good with it? Go ahead, Brother BMT.
Respect to all the brothers. Sometimes the best thing to say is, "Hey, we don't know," because when you say that, when you start naming names, then that means you have to be accountable for every name that you name off. You got to be accountable for those actions. So sometimes it's better not put anything down on the paperwork just yet. And right now, there's a lot of keynote players coming onto the board. You got China get involved, you have Russia, and you also have Great Britain also working through a third party. So there's a lot of people. Me and T.P.O.T had a great discussion about this. As far as in going for Afghanistan, every veteran should remember Hearts and Minds. We all remember that, right? Operation Hearts and Minds. And in that time for Operation Hearts and Minds, we told Afghanistan we are leaving. Everybody knew that we were leaving, and that, hey, what y'all do from here is going to be on y'all. So it was no secret. Hell, even the Taliban probably got the damn briefing themselves. They be on the damn base with us. So at this point, I think the biggest concern that we were seeing for a lot of us who are contractors or military
was you had the people that were working on the base with the U.S. Can we go with you? Can we leave with you? They were trying to fill out paperwork and get it sent up to like admirals and chiefs and commanders and generals to get out of Afghanistan because they already knew that, yo, once the U.S. leaves out, shit, we're on our own with whoever's going to be back here. So they knew already that once the last U.S. envoy had left out, there was no protection clause. They already knew what it was. I think like we have 15 interpreters. We only paperwork wise, we only got out 2 interpreters. The other 13, they were ass out on their own. So so it's one of those situations as to where that's Afghanistan problem. I get this naysay that we're trying to rebel for another war. Dude, 20 years, man, ain't nobody conquered that damn sandball. Like it's just rocks and dust. Like you can't make them people change anything. But I'm all here for the conversation. Respect to X, Mr. Fantastic for doing an amazing job. Keep it techie, Nick, conservative. I fucks with you, LilBigNate. I was checking out some of your stuff. Let's go and have the conversation. What's going on, S.K.C. and all the brothers on the panel? Let's have this conversation. Man. Salute.
All right, brother Big Nate, what's good with it, man? You got it.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing this evening? I'm just I'm just coming into the conversation, so I'm not sure what was covered. But just the incompetence. What do you all feel about his chances of being having his presidency revoked? And how many of you saw that George Stephanopoulos interview? It was an absolute disaster. He said his son Beau Biden, who was in the Army, was in the Navy. He got his son Beau is dead, and he got which branch of the military he was in wrong. When George Stephanopoulos said to him, was talking about the people hanging from the plane, he said that was 3 or 4 days ago. I was like, what? This guy is toast mentally.
He was toast before he was elected.
Yeah, he was toast before he was elected. You're right, Nick Taylor. But man, and in all honesty, would Kamala Harris be a better replacement? Honestly?
Well, that's the irony. Black people who say they voted for Biden really were voting for Kamala. So this is what you get.
Yeah, an Indian woman.
25% black. Yeah, and she somehow qualifies as a black woman. Yeah. This is a quagmire, man. And I didn't know about us not going to get our people out of there. What?
Well, from what I understand, Brother Perfect Black was up here earlier and he said 5,000 people have been taken out thus far.
That's correct.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, 5,000.
He's working on it. He's working on it. He's working on it. If that means anything.
It's just disasters, man. I mean, Trey's, he was on my channel when this all broke. He was upset. He said he had spent four years of his life there and it's all gone and been thrown away. 20 years in this godforsaken place. And it's just all that sacrifices. I mean, we shouldn't have never been there, to be honest with you. And that's a whole nother stream.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just it's the incompetence, man. And it's putting people's lives in danger. It's one thing for us to be stateside talking shit about whatever political party, but people are dying now because of incompetence. And it's crazy. They had Saigon, when Saigon fell, the helicopter lifting U.S. Embassy people away. People have put clips of Biden a week before saying there's no problems in Afghanistan, everything's fine. We got the 300,000 Afghan troops, they'll defend it. And then the same scene, helicopters carrying away U.S. personnel from the embassy. Crazy, man.
The same exact helicopter too.
Yeah,
like
it did almost look exactly the same. Wow.
It was the Chinook helicopter, the one with the 2 rotors.
The same helicopter. Wow.
Yeah, well, I want to kind of get Brother Fantastic's take on this. I know you can't say a lot because you're active.
Active, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
You know how
what?
I do X. I know how to, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
And he got me to
Okay.
run. He got old Sarge here running cover for him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know how to. Shout out to Nick Taylor for telling me about this, man. I want to make sure I pull up, man. Appreciate you, Nick.
Yes,
So
sir.
what?
Appreciate you.
So what is your take on this? Because I'm pretty sure you've seen this stuff. You've seen, you know about the people being trapped there, not being able to get home. You've seen Afghan people on the side of the plane falling off to their deaths. I mean, what's your take on this, brother? If you could speak on it.
Well, just in my personal opinion, this isn't any type of, official statement or anything. This is just me personally. Yeah, eventually this is gonna have to happen regardless, but it's just the way it went about it. It could have been done better. Noticing things that was given and just strategy wise, as far as like you only having one place to let them out of, or what I'm saying, not bringing the American people to one place. That's a common thing. That's just known. If you guys remember this, that was a big deal when in Japan when they had the reactor, when they had their reactor overload or whatever it was, and people were getting infected with nuclear radioactive material, whatever, what I'm saying, they had a fallout, radioactive fallout. The first thing they did was get as many American people out of there as possible, and pretty much told everybody where to be, when to be, and all these other things, or not what have you. They gave some sort of same framework, but not to be exact. And one day it's coming, it's like, well, whoa, what are we doing? So from that aspect, that was could have been better planned. But as far as the Afghan thing goes, like, yeah, I don't see how you get around and you justify that. You know what I'm saying? You have American citizens left there, and you let pretty much like, hey, whoever can get in, you can get in. If you can fit in, you can get in, and that, hey, we leaving type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then to see that picture, and I think it's a meme out here where they're juxtaposing, some of the original soldiers that went over there initially in a C-17, and then leaving. It's the majority, what I'm saying, of Afghani people that were there, and some of them were aides and people that assisted Americans, but that wasn't a majority of them, and still those people are still there. Now you're getting stories from those individuals that are worried about their safety. You know what I'm saying? And the Taliban's pretty much made it evident, like, hey, we found out you've been dealing and you help during this whole thing ordeal. Hey, you got to come see us, and it's what I'm saying, it's not going to be a nice turnout for you. So yeah, man. I mean,
the Taliban said they're gonna come see you if you was helping the Americans. Like, they got a list, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, the unfortunate thing about war, man, is hey, there's always going to be casualties. Everybody's not going to be saved. Everybody's not going to make it. But it's a really, really tough sell that you're going to have to the American people to explain if there are Americans lost. We'll just say that if there are Americans turn out to and they can't do whatever they need to do. And another, you gotta look at what the Taliban is doing too. The Taliban is being extremely, extremely diplomatic for the moment, and they're being strategic from an optics point of view. Especially handling or dealing with whatever they're gonna do concerning to the Americans being there, because there are some reports that they're helping Americans, allowing Americans to get to the place where it needs to be and all these different things and whatnot, what have you. But yeah, man, this is very, very unfortunate. I'll just say that from a political and military standpoint, because hey Nick, who's that retiring? Somebody's retiring. Somebody's like, hey, this should I think his name is Millie or Mill or something like that or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Millie said he's leaving. You got that for real?
Yeah,
Yes.
He's like, hey, I'm out. I can't, because bro, this is a atrocity. Like you said, 20 years of being somewhere and not being able to properly train the people. But then you look at the who's the opposition. The opposition was trained by the American government. We make our own enemies. The Taliban was people that
The
America
leftovers of the Mujahideen.
Hey,
ISIS, Al Qaeda, all our creation.
Hey, I'm saying, so for you to be able to, train these other people in, earlier conflicts for a very, very shorter period of times, and now somehow you can't get together a whole nation of not just a group of people, not just some, militia type, nomadic people to do your quote unquote dirty work or whatever. But you can't train a whole country and you set up shop there for 20 years. Yeah, man, that's something that has to be accounted for and explained. But I mean, we won't hear anything about it until years on down the line. So the biggest thing we can do, man, like I said, pray for the people that still left back. You know what I'm saying? Hope that for their safe return. Back home, pretty much.
And did y'all
Absolutely.
hear that the White House wanted Kamala Harris to take point on this whole thing, and she was heard screaming, "You all are not going to pin this shit on me." That's a quote.
Wow.
Google
it.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. She not stupid. She know how to hustle her way through politics. She wanted to ride Joe's coattails as long as possible until he fell over. Now that he's fallen over, I'm telling you. I wanted to ask you this too, Nate, when you were talking about it in the beginning. Do you think they're going to use this to force Joe out of office? Because clearly he can't stand up to the pressure.
Well, I think their ultimate objective would be to have Harris, because she's just a complete tool of the oligarchy, of the technocrats, of everybody. She would do any and everything they ask her to do, and any vote against her is obviously racism and sexism. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, she's perfect. She's perfect.
I've always been a conspiracy theorist when it comes to this. I put on my tinfoil lock sock when it comes to Kamala Harris, because I always thought that was the plan. I always thought it was get Joe in there, he does some old Alzheimer shit, and then she come in and she's president. But we've been furnished with a video from my brother Nick Taylor.
Man, that's an old video too.
But for those of you who think Kamala Harris is black, she thinks she's not. Let's listen.
Before you play, hold on. Before you play, can I just say I got to drop off. I got a stream to start up in a few minutes. So thanks for having me up. I'll catch you guys later, man. Have a good night.
All right, Hood.
Appreciate you, brother. Peace. Fair use, Negroes.
Hey,
fair
I
use.
ain't gonna turn you in.
Fair use, Negroes. Fair use. God damn it.
If I only had a brain. Stolen from Truth Teller. I ain't gotta say nothing else.
Okay. Is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like our thing we're so excited about to have you running for president. So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people
You
we're
do.
related already,
Yeah.
so this is perfect. It's basically true. And so were you raised eating South Indian food?
South Indian food, lots of rice and yogurt, potato curry, dal, lots of dal, idli.
Yes. Okay. Is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like our thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both.
If I could chime in real quick, great piece.
God damn it, I've heard enough. God damn it.
But what I want you to realize is that Indian actress from The Office, she could have said, "You're Scandinavian, right? You're Slavic, right?" She would have said yes. She would have said yes to any fucking thing. Any fucking thing. And I also want you to keep in mind, you see the media doing everything they can for her. This stupid bitch had to drop out before one vote was cast in the primary. Nobody was going to vote for her. Nobody.
Did y'all see her swearing in when she became she was sworn in by then Vice President Joe Biden, right?
No, I didn't watch that shit.
No, I mean, well, whether we watched it or not, we know what happened. But the thing is, she was sworn in as the first female Indian to the United States Congress. That's what she was sworn in as. And she was sworn in by Joe Biden. I got that video too.
Bruh, when she won her U.S. Senate seat out of California, the Sacramento Bee celebrated our first Indian U.S. Senator.
They sure did.
Yes, sir.
I love the way
Front
I
page.
love the way these people, man, can just vacillate between,
Well, the reason
white,
they can do
black,
it because they know
Indian,
that
black.
the reason they can do it because they know I almost said the N word. The nignog is looking to grasp onto anything.
Anything, dog.
Nignogs they always got their hand reached out, waiting. Nignogs reached out and grabbed on the freaking Martin Luther cream, talcum X,
Yeah.
a whole white boy. And Negroes would fight our black asses over that whole white boy.
Whoa,
They
Nick.
want that shit so bad, and they can't explain why. Why, Ninja? Why? I don't know.
Well, Nick, you didn't contribute to helping him move his family out of his $1 million New Jersey home into another home.
No, he can make it. Them same ninjas that helped him get in, they can help him get out.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how Negroes like to claim everybody who refuses to claim us. I mean, it's not like these people claim black folks, but
Mr.
black folks
Fantastic
love
has a
claiming
perfect
them.
plan for that. He says the niggas want that hug.
Yeah.
They want that hug.
They want it. They want it bad. I don't get it.
Hey man,
Give
like I
me
say,
some space. Stop hugging me. Back up. Shit.
There's no validation, no more important validation for these dudes, especially these dudes out here, man. The dudes are worse than the women, and it's just sad. But then that white man, bro, they gotta have that white man telling me it's okay, it's all right, boy. Come on out now. It's all right. You can do it. You can do it. And it's funny, man. And like I said, the pro blacks are the worst. These people that, and then like Nick said, man, these be the same people that'll let a person that's been confirmed as white now, and out of all this stuff that's out of here, well, I'm not gonna take no DNA test or nothing to prove my heritage, because that's personal information. Well, damn, bro, you claiming you white, you claiming you black, so what's the problem, man? You proud and all this other shit. You bringing back to James Brown, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. You don't want to take no damn 23andMe. You know what I'm saying? Do little cheek swab. But yeah, man, and it's to the point, man. Well, I'm starting to learn, bro. Niggas just like being finessed, man. Niggas like being lied to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Niggas like being lied to, and it's just like, hey, man, if you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's you like, that's the point you gotta start having that. And listen, man, the separation is here. It's only gonna get more prevalent and more
That's good.
more obvious, because like you said, bro, this what's about to happen now. I don't know if you guys heard. I just found this out today. As of what I think they said September 6th or September something, they are officially ending the extra, not the moratorium, but the extra unemployment.
Oh,
on the federal level. And like I said, I was trying to tell people today, man, you can go ahead and look around and you can see, that all that money drying up, the unemployment money, the PPP loans, the stimulus checks. All of that stuff is drying up, man, and you can see it in just like your local economy, restaurants and stuff, and all these things and whatnot, and stores, and bro, we finna see some really, man, we finna see some shit here that you only used to see somewhere outside of here, all right, outside of these, and people are gonna learn the hard way to appreciate. That's gonna be the only good thing about this, to appreciate being in America. But that's only if, you know what I'm saying, like I said, they don't turn this thing into what they really want to turn it into, and y'all niggas be slaves all over again, for real. You know what I mean? But hey, look, hey man, hey, you can't save everybody, bro.
You're right. You can't
Absolutely
save
not.
everybody. You can't.
I ain't got no sympathy for grown ass motherfuckers, men or women. Only
How
person
the hell do you go a year and a half without paying rent?
Hey,
nigga.
While getting free money from the government. Okay, what, three times, or was it twice? Two or three times, 2 times, right? At least 2 times for the 2 stimulus checks. And then, like you said, a lot of these people, man, were taking full advantage of, extra $2,400 when it was knocked down to extra $1,200 a month, man, on unemployment.
Yeah,
and you still weren't paying rent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're trying to make the the small landlords out to be the bad guy because, well, hey man, what I'm supposed to do? I got to come out of pocket with this, and not only do I have to come out of pocket and replace this rent that these people are paying, I still have landlord laws I have to follow. They break the goddamn refrigerator or the air conditioner or the water heater, I gotta pay for that.
Yeah, you still gotta do that shit. You
you know
still
what I'm saying?
you still paying your property taxes.
Yes,
you still
sir.
paying your HOA fees, all that shit. You're still paying while these motherfuckers is collecting unemployment checks, fucking
X, and some of these
every week.
Some of these dirty motherfuckers was hitting the landlord with the nan and the boo boo. Like, yeah, I got your money and I ain't paying you shit.
They sure was.
Yeah.
Bro, there was an
away with it.
article. There was an article in Teen Vogue during the election end of last year. Then the woman that wrote this article in Teen Vogue that says asking people to pay rent is, quote, economic violence. Expecting people to pay rent and mortgages is, quote, economic violence, dog. I swear to God. This is the kind of art, and this is in Teen Vogue, polluting our children's minds with socialism and Marxism and communism. Yeah,
That sound like
the way you live is economic violence.
That sounds like something Mr. Fantastic Girl Rashida would say.
Economic violence.
I didn't think you liked them dark skin, Mr. Fantastic.
No, she don't like him. I'm just picking at him. They don't. Them two hate each other.
Let me tell you something.
Dark skin violence was wrong.
Yeah, dark on dark violence.
I'm glad that I'm not a landlord. I mean, we have property in Pennsylvania, but my son is staying there. I'm glad I'm not a landlord because if I had to deal with this shit and I'm still paying my HOA fees and I got to pay my taxes and I got a motherfucker standing there, he done got I don't know how many stimulus checks, I don't know how many unemployment checks, and this motherfucker ain't trying to pay me my rent. I know I would throw a goddamn Molotov cocktail in that motherfucker. and it wouldn't be a little beer bottle too. It'd be like a 64 ounce goddamn the bottle.
There were stories
cocktail in that fucking house, man.
There were stories of women on Section 8 housing who pay $50 a month in rent, not paying their rent.
Yeah.
Being behind a year on their $50 a month rent.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking insane. Dude, I would live in such fear. Nigga, I've never missed a mortgage payment ever. That shit is terrifying, dog. No,
because even at $50 a freaking month, you're talking what, $600
a year,
on a year?
$600 a year,
and you don't want to pay.
And now
that?
she can't produce the $600.
Of course not, because she's gone out. She's been at the club. She's been in the trap house.
Weaving it up, sandling it up.
Settling it up. Red bottoms and whatever else,
Miami trips.
Oh yeah.
Dubai trips.
Oh yeah,
man. Like you said, my ex, man. I'm telling people, man. I was just thinking about this today. Like, man, some of these people have experienced the best life literally they could ever have experienced over this last year. Ain't had to work for shit, ain't had no responsibility, got paid more money than they ever made in their life, don't got one damn skill to their name, don't got one motherfucking thought in their brain, and they just get to do whatever the hell they want to do. Hey, Ruth Chris, like you said, red bottoms and
living their best life.
Yeah. Hey, and to do nothing. All you gotta do is have fun.
That's like going back. That shit's coming to an end, though. That shit about to come to an end.
It's like going back living with your parents. You know what I'm saying? And then you reaching that 18 mark where your parents told you if you ain't got your shit together, you got to get out. It don't matter. Yeah, you got to get the fuck out.
You got to have a job or go to school, but you got to get it. You getting out.
You got to do something.
There's gonna be a lot of people getting Uncle Phil up out of motherfucking place.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I'm pretty sure landlords are pissed. Like, I mean, because when you own property, I mean, you still have expenses, and like Brother Fantastic said, they can still get you under the landlord laws, like if a sink breaks or, something goes wrong with a door or the boiler's not working or the hot water heater's not working or, something going on with the property, you are still responsible for that shit, and you haven't gotten any rent in a fucking year and a half.
And it's
I
crazy.
mean,
I just seen this on the news out here in Vegas. Landlord, and they say it was a dispute with the landlord. The landlord, I guess they was, he got fed up with these people and he went and killed them. So this just happened
no,
right here in Las Vegas. Yeah, he
Wow.
over the
yeah,
rent.
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
you gonna laugh if you want to.
yeah,
Hey,
Damn.
yep.
Damn, and
He went it
I
was on
thought
the
my
news. It was big
64
news.
ounce,
Yeah.
Molotov cocktail was bad. Goddamn.
Hey, but let me answer S.K.C question. I know he left a while back, but he dropped a question in the back chat, and I just wanted to just kind of I don't know answer it in my opinion based on what I saw when I was in Afghanistan. He basically said, "How does the U.S. look to the world in you guys' opinion after this?" Well, my response to that question is I don't think the world is looking too bad on the US. In my opinion, yeah, the situation should have worked out better, but we went far and beyond a lot of other countries. And the reason I say that because uh this mission actually started, it was a NATO mission. It just happened to be US partially led, but it was called ISAF. Look
Yep.
it up. It's
Yep.
ISAF.
Yep.
It was a NATO mission, Afghanistan. It was 28 countries involved with this mission. And the reason I know it was 28 countries because they were all there. And I remember working with a lot of them. I worked with soldiers from Germany, from was that Italy? No, the UK. I know for sure was there. They was there heavy. Canada was even there. It was crazy. Canada, they got a small army, but they had people over there in Afghanistan as well. So it was a NATO led mission, ISAF, and they pulled out back in 2014. I remember I was there when they were pulling out they stopped the ISAF mission because I left in 2015 right after that. So the US still had their presence there up until they just recently pulled out. So we went further and beyond all these other countries that are out there. So just to answer, and that's just to answer SKC question, I don't think the US is looking totally bad, but I mean, yeah, this portion could have been handled a whole lot better, but we went further than anybody else at the end of the day, trying to make sure this country didn't get take over like they did in a few days by the Taliban, which and a lot of to be honest, a lot of us that were over there, and I can speak. Let me just speak for myself. While I was over there, I could kind of see some. We could kind of see something like this happening soon as we pulled out. That the Taliban was going to take right back over because we were directly on the ground training these people, and they were not motivated to they don't have that national
Pride. Yeah.
pride like we have in the US, where I mean at the end of the day, if somebody invade our country or whatever, if we trying to kick somebody out or whatever, motherfuckers are gonna pull up arms and come together and fucking stand up for ourselves and try to fight. Cause but they didn't have that pride at the end of the day.
But
And
have we
it was
learned our
more about
lesson?
self. It was more about self at the end of the day with
Have
them.
we learned our lesson though? Going into Afghanistan, I mean, the Soviets spent almost 20 years there. We've spent 20 years there, dog. We got to stop, man. There's no reason for us to be over there.
Yeah, and that's true. Just like I mean, other people have said on the panel, we probably shouldn't even been there in the first place at the end of the day. But I mean, it is what it is. We can't cry over spilled milk.
Yeah, we can't flip it back.
Can't go back.
But my point is, can we not do it again? Can we not make these mistakes again?
It ain't up to us, bro.
Yep.
I wish it was, but it ain't. Because if it's up to us, it wouldn't happen again. But
Yep.
it ain't up to us.
Yeah, and you gotta understand the the game, the big game, man. Like I said, I'm not in any order to act like I'm on that level or at that pay grade. But whenever these moves and things are being made, man, this is not just for the moment or even the name conflict for now. Anytime, like I said, you go somewhere and you set up shop and you put a base there and all these other things, that's for strategic, world, defense purposes, and you being able to launch from land, or you being able to have places for your fleet to land, from sea to land, and land to air, air to land, all those different things. So it's a big picture, man. And like I said, war is never fun, war is never pretty, but in order for you to be able to be the superpower and the most respected military in the world, there's going to be some places where you have to occupy. I just think the thing with Afghanistan, from what we already had set up around there, it didn't really justify the means so much. And then again, too, like you said, man, for you guys that don't know, man, again, go look at Censure Yourself, and go look at a lot of these documentaries that'll tell you what war is really about. I'll just leave that for you. Do a little research, okay? I'll say that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let me answer a Lionel question as well. He said, should the military be fully gender integrated on the basics of equality? I know Nick Taylor can kind of attest to what I'm about to say on this. It's just certain jobs in the military that women cannot do at the end of the day. I mean, for instance, he was a mortar guy. You got to lift up ammo and put it into the fucking, well, I don't know exactly how it works, because I wasn't a artillery guy, but you need to be able to lift at least 50 pounds. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that, then at the end of the day, not all the jobs in the military can be done physically by a woman. It's no way possible for some of them to do it. It's not to be, inclusive, you know what I'm saying? But it's just certain things that can't be done, you know what I'm saying, by other genders, or the female gender. I only recognize two genders, but I
I
don't
only
want to get
recognize
into
two.
that. But yeah, I don't want to go down that road. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's only, certain jobs only men can really do. So.
And then the funny part, I done had some chicks like in the military, like, who the hell is these hoes trying to get us effed up? I don't want to be humping no rifle and no machine guns. Them hoes need to shut up. It was chicks in the army. I mean, they say the ones that's talking that stuff, they need to shut up. When they go there, look, stop it. Stop it. At the end of the day, when it's time to go, when you hear the horn blow, you better be ready to go. Guess who going? We going. I don't need you out here.
You used to jump out of planes, right, Brother
yes, sir.
Taylor?
Yes, sir. 18 Corps Air Mobile Artillery. 18 Corps, Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Were any women jumping out of those planes when
there was no women in artillery.
There it is.
But there are women that's been graduated jump. But now here's the killer part. This is the rule. This is the inclusive BS, Brother X. To qualify it was certain MOSs that you had to be to go to certain schools. You know what I'm saying? There, and like you couldn't be a cook, and somebody, I want to go to jump school. Man, shut up. Carry your ass back over there. But infantry, air mobile artillery, and just because you go to jump school don't mean that you're gonna be on jump status. I was on jump status because I was in an air mobile unit. So, but there's chicks that was walking around with they jump wings, and you like, okay, they just went to school. They're not in a airborne unit. They're in a regular unit, but she walking around with wings. Okay, so you went to school. You went to our school for a month. You a clerk or a truck driver or whatever the hell. What good does that do? That's just symbolism. Well, you got it. I'm like, I'm an air mobile artillery chick. When the shit, when the shit hit the fan, I'm the one cranking the fan. What you talking about? This symbolism shit is gonna be the end, gonna be the death of a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, like SK, a lot of times it's personal.
Yeah,
just to move up in rank. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. And just like T.P.O.T said, our baby howitzer shell, our baby shell is 82 pounds. It don't have a handle on it. It's round and pointy. Make it happen.
I got a question. I got a question. Speaking of women, there was a certain race of women that put up a billboard taking credit for the election of Biden. Literally took credit, saying, these particular race of women are owed credit for saving America. Where are they?
America's been saved?
No, black dude. I think it was in Atlanta. Black woman. I don't know who paid for it, but somebody put up a billboard. You can Google it right now. Black women are to thank for the Biden election, or thank black women for saving the country. They put up a billboard.
Well, what's the price for that? Because anybody could put up a billboard. All you gotta do is pay those advertisement companies.
But you think black women have a problem with it? You think black women have a
I get
problem
what
with
you're
it?
saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But
Yeah, man.
anybody could do it though.
I don't know who put it up, but the billboard was thanking black women for saving the country, quote unquote.
They can't even save their own damn neighborhood.
Thank you. Their own children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can't even save their own
children.
They feed their children to the wolves. They feed the stuff they feed their children to the wolves. But I keep telling these a lot of dumb dudes, if you stop impregnating dumb chicks, then we'll stop getting dumber. If your dumb ass keep your dumb dick out of that dumb chick, then maybe you two dumb motherfuckers will stop turning out this shit that we got us normal people got to deal with out here on the damn street.
Exactly.
Stupid ass Negro. I mean, because I'm on you first. It starts with you. I mean, did you trip, fall, and she just happened to be laying on the ground with her legs open? And I feel a little heat. I'm gonna shut up. But some of the ones that clap the loudest are Negroes that got kids by different women and ain't married to none of them. And them the niggas that clap the loudest. Niggas, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Perkins, yeah, he's a big loudmouth pro-black. Yes, sir.
Loud as a motorbike, wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight.
Yeah, because you gotta look at it, man.
Women, dog.
You gotta look at all these kids who are running around here and they don't have fathers, or they have fathers that are pretty much non-existent. And these kids are 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 years old, man. These are the motherfuckers that's gonna be trying to steal your car in 15 years. These are the motherfuckers gonna be trying to break into your business in 15 years. These motherfuckers gonna be trying to break into your house in 15 years. These are the motherfuckers who are gonna be fucking with your children's lives in 15 years. I mean, so it's something to think about. It's something to consider, because the motherfuckers that's out here now were these bastard sons of these bastard baby factories 15 years ago. All right.
Y'all seen the video of Keep It Techie boy? He got his boy on screen programming a computer. How old is your son, Techie? How old is he?
11.
Man, y'all ain't seen that video?
Look at you, brother KIT, raising that educated lame. You should be ashamed of brother KIT.
His daddy got gold slugs in his mouth. He ain't gonna beat him. He got gold slugs in his mouth.
What's wrong with you, raising that educated lame of a guy? What's wrong with you, man?
Man, I'm like, look at that boy. He 11.
Right.
He 11. 11.
Yeah.
Huh?
Gotta get him right, man. If it's something that I know that I get, at least. And I told him this. I mean, even if you don't get into computers, I'm gonna teach you everything I know, or at least some of the stuff I know, because it's gonna be a technical world in the future, and you're gonna need IT regardless of what job you go into. You're gonna need to know it. You're gonna need to understand it. So that's why I get on here and preach to everybody else I can, like all these young guys out here, that's gonna be running this world, after we gone or whatever. You're gonna have to be, up on it, you know what I'm saying, as far as technology.
He's 11 years old, and he probably got more sense than the rank and file 21-year-old walking fucking around here, goddamn doing nothing with his damn life but smoking weed, drinking beer, sipping on scissor, and sleeping in his fucking mama's basement and shit.
Next
So-
to the
He gets the
boiler.
hose. He gets
Next
the
to the
hose.
boiler.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
He
He
gets the hose.
he does get the hose. So
Yeah, and he
I
can
guess
have them. He can have them. He can have them hoes. I'm sorry.
yeah, because they can't be worth the shit if they want this guy that lives in grandma's basement, has no job, no car, no drive, no ambition, no money in the bank, no investments, doesn't own shit. Everything he owns can fit in the fucking trunk of a Toyota Corolla. It's like, I mean, if you want that guy, you deserve that
The
fucking
truck
guy.
of a Toyota Corolla.
If you want that guy, you deserve that motherfucker.
Man, look, it's one chick on here. I don't watch her stuff, but I heard, certain people, you ain't got to watch them. They stuff gonna spread around. It's hard to defend certain dudes when somebody call you a 3 trash bag dusty when I actually know that everything you got a fit in 2 trash bags. You're gonna have a spare bag.
Yeah, man.
Dude, how can I defend you? How can I? Now I don't like saying, God damn it, this motherfucker. I just won't say nothing. The only thing I say is, dude, I can't defend you.
Yeah.
I can't defend the lie.
If everything you own can fit in the trunk of a Toyota Corolla,
that's crazy.
It's not looking good for you, because that means your ass don't own shit. You own a
And I can put a
PlayStation, a few
golf
pairs
bag
of
in there.
Jordans, and some fitted caps, and maybe a couple pairs of jeans.
X said you be talking to him on the phone, and he in the basement, and the boiler making.
Yeah, you hear the boiler going boo. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that in the background? Oh, that's the boiler. Why the fuck do I hear the boiler? It's next to my bed. Oh Lord, man.
Bruh, these what makes these dudes so appealing is that these women, number one, they're in total control over the situation. They can kick them out, they can abuse them, they can do whatever they want to them. And then when things finally do fall apart, they get to be what they've always wanted to be, which is a victim.
Yeah.
They get to be A1 victim. They get to get on Facebook and Instagram and just be a victim. There's another horrible black man that I love so much ruined my life. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times, and I've seen this, because I'm an old Negro. A lot of people kind of write their own tickets in life, man. Like they write their own tickets a lot of times, whether it's male or female. A lot of people write their own fucking ticket to fucking nowhere by the fucking decisions they make throughout their life. And unfortunately, I mean, I believe that people can be redeemed. I believe that people can turn it around. But sometimes that ticket that you wrote, you have taken the trip so far that there's no fucking turning back. All right.
Yeah.
Especially once you get to a particular age. I see people my age. All right. I was just out in my hometown, like, let me see, a few months ago, like 2 months ago, I was in my hometown. And it's motherfuckers out there that I grew up with, and they are my age. Do you know these motherfuckers are still living with their fucking mother? The only difference is mom is like 75 now, and these motherfuckers are still living there.
But
I'm
you get
like,
to say I'm taking care of my mama.
how do you do this? Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, some people have they wrote their own ticket, and that ticket has taken them to fucking nowhere. And a lot of them, they just can't turn back, man. They can't turn it around. Because by the time you get my age, you got to already have something established. You need to own something. You need to have something in the bank. You need to have your shit settled. You need to have life insurance. You need to have all that kind of shit. Your shit should be in order by the time you're my age. All right. If you're a young motherfucker, 20s, 30s, I can kind of understand you not kind of having it together. But once you get to be my age, you need to have some parts, if not all of the parts of your fucking life together, man. I don't give a shit. All right. I don't give a shit. You need to have some parts, if not all the parts of your life together. All right. Something. You need to be in charge of something. You need to have hold of something. You need to have ownership of something. If just your own self, all right. You need to have hold. You need to have something to call your own. You need to have something that you may possibly be able to leave behind. You need to have something that you can say, look, I have this, I've built this, I've did this, I've achieved this. Because if not, I just don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. All right. A friend of mine just died, right? Like 3-4 days ago. I just found out about it last night.
My condolences.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And but I haven't seen him in 4 years, right? Maybe 4 to 5 years since I've seen him. But I've known him ever since I was 12 years old, right? And you know, he was a few years younger than me. I think he's about 3 years younger than me. He dies, no fucking life insurance, right? Now, he has children that are in their 20s. So, you know, they don't have no fucking money. So now they're scrambling around to try to bury the brother. Now, my wife and myself, we have paid for funerals. We have paid half on funerals. We
It's the
given a
missus, ain't
third.
it? You told me it was the missus that had be
Uh,
doing this shit.
I mean, I have. Let me tell you something, brother Nate. You know, we talk about this, man. I have probably over the course of the last, I don't know how many years, maybe 6 years. We probably got close to $30,000 in, you know, paying for, you know, people's funerals,
Dude,
chipping
that's
in,
crazy, man.
going half, you know,
That is
and
crazy.
now. Because the last time I talked about this, I was like, look, told my wife, I said, we ain't doing this shit no more. We ain't helping people bury grandma no more. We ain't, you know, we just gonna be some cruel motherfuckers from here on in. I said, what we'll do is send motherfuckers a bushel of flowers for like maybe $200 or some shit like that. But that's it, right? So now my man that I've known ever since I was 12 died. But I'm sticking to my fucking guns.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm sticking to my guns because Negroes refuse to get fucking life insurance. Now, what I'm willing to do, because my wife, you know, my wife's a fucking bleeding heart, you know, and she didn't even know him that well. And she's like, oh, we gotta help. So I'm like, look, we're not doing this shit. We're not paying for the motherfucking funeral. We're not doing it. We're not. So what I did was I told these people, I said, look, I will send y'all something. I said, y'all get in contact with me and, you know, tell me what the cost is, and I will look out with something. But I'm not paying for the whole shit. I'm not paying for half of this shit. I'm not doing it. Now I'm going to drop them something, all right? I'm going to do something. And I know motherfuckers are going to be like, oh, man, X, you should. Not fuck that. I'm not doing it no more. Motherfuckers, get you some life insurance so when your ass get dead, motherfucker, your kids can bury your ass. That is my advice to Negroes. Get you some fucking life insurance. It's not that expensive. All right. It's not that expensive. Don't leave other people burdened with your fucking death. All right. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't.
my brother-in-law, my sister and my brother-in-law in Chicago, his mother died, and they had to scratch together 10 grand. They're part of the Nation of Islam, so they were able to lean on members of the nation. But
yeah,
dude, they had to put together 10 grand to bury a dog.
But people don't understand, man. Funerals are expensive. I know, because I paid for quite a few of them.
Damn.
All right. The funerals are expensive. I mean, just going in half. Okay. I mean, the last time we pitched in, I think we gave like $3 grand the last time. We paid for one flat out. That was like $7,500. We've chipped in. You know, this is over the course of many years. You know, we ain't do it all at one time because, you know, I've been telling people to kiss my ass. But you know, we did it over, you know, like a course maybe 6-7 years. You know, we shit, man, almost 30 grand. You know, 3,000 here, 2,500 there. You know, 1,500 here, 7,000 there. You know, the shit adds up.
Can people be too nice though, X, man?
Yes.
Can people be too nice?
Yes, I'm married to a too nice person. She's the
Yeah.
fucking exact opposite of me. Like, cause me, I'm like, fuck that. She's like, oh, we can't do that. We can't do them like that. You know, we gotta help them. Blah blah
How much you
blah.
want to bet?
You know, but this time around, the wall is up. All right, and you know she ain't too thrilled with it, but she understands that fuck that. We're not doing it anymore. I'm going to send them a few dollars, and that's it.
Call
I'm not
it good.
Yeah, that's it. Motherfuckers just got to be mad at me because look, especially now, you know, Nate, I got 3 young men living with me now.
Oh
All right. I got a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 9-year-old living in this house now.
God damn.
So I can't
Oh.
just be
That's a whole new family.
pretty
That's a
much.
whole new family, dog.
So I gotta, you know, my expenses, I have to kind of be a better money manager now. I can't fork out no $5,000 for somebody that done fell dead, even though it's somebody I like. You know, I literally can't afford it. You know, I got these boys to take care of. So I mean, no, man, you know. And it ain't like my wife done left. So guess what? She's on the damn take care of list too. So I mean,
She on the she on the docket.
yeah,
She on the docket too.
Yeah, she on that motherfucker too. She ain't went nowhere. So I mean, shit, man. I'm just saying, you know. I mean, you know, I can't do it. You know, and that's just it. Even if the boys wasn't here, I probably still wouldn't do shit, man. Because I'm on my square now. The next funeral I'm paying for is gonna be mine. God damn it, that's the next one I'm paying.
I'm
for.
worth more
Mine.
dead than I am alive
Oh,
anyway.
you and me both. You and me both, brother Taylor. You and me both. I ain't worth shit alive, boy.
I ain't worth shit alive either. I ain't worth shit.
When I die, boy, motherfuckers will be thousandaires.
Man, it's gonna be pancakes tap dancing in the street and shit. Man, hey now, y'all know they bring in a lot of Afghans with them. Now, I think all of our folks should be first in line, but I'm not gonna get into that. Now here's the thing: optics, bruh. If there ain't no video of government or some sort of medical corps giving all them Afghanis the jab before they leave that airport, I'm gonna point out, like I've been saying anyway all this time, y'all been had.
Well, they're gonna make them do it. They're gonna make them do it if they're gonna, right? Oh no,
they're Muslims. They're Muslims. They ain't gonna be taking that.
Yeah, because
Oh.
well, you know, Muslims don't carry germs. No, they don't get
that's
sick.
right. That's right.
Okay, I'm in South Texas. Y'all know that. Yeah, I'm from Detroit, but I live in South Texas. They ain't jabbing these people up at the border. They ain't jabbing them in these tent cities. They ain't jabbing them before they they flying them on planes out of here from the airport in San Antonio to Tennessee, and they just literally just putting them on the ground on Tennessee. Don't even care that people recording them and uploading the video.
Damn.
And it seemed like they putting them in smaller cities too, or at least because all right, for instance, you know, Las Vegas is like the biggest city in Nevada.
Yeah.
A lot of them that's coming here to Nevada, they taking them for some reason. They coming in at Carson City, which I understand that's the capital or the, you know. So I mean, it seems like I don't know. I don't know, man. It's
crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's all I can say. Hey, but hey, X, appreciate it, man. I'm gonna have to hop off, bro. But I put the link to that landlord that killed his tenants or whatever.
Okay.
The link in the back if y'all wanted to check it out or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah.
Put it in the main chat too, brother KRT, just in case the brothers want to check it out.
Yeah, I drop it on there. But yeah, it made national news not that long ago. So yeah, y'all better start paying y'all rent. That's all I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
But y'all have a good night, man.
All right, Techie.
And I'll be here for. I seen you put up some reminders for a couple debates you got coming up.
Oh
so,
yeah, I got
available.
a few that I'm working on. I got one that's already written. the OG Speed. I probably was going to talk about that in
boy.
T.P.O.T. programming notes. The OG Speed called me on the phone last week, and he said, "God damn it, X, I want to take on that damn Trey." So him and Trey will be squaring off on the first. I have got in contact with
Trey agreed?
Yes, I did get in contact
Good,
with brother
yeah.
Trey. So it's going down on the first. All right,
Wednesday.
It's going down on the first, and it's old school. No, it's God damn it, not old school. It's Boomer ideology versus Gen X ideology.
Wow.
Is the debate. So that's going down on the first. Trader NBD versus the OG Speed. It's going down. So you know I'll be hitting you up, brother KIT. You know I'll be hitting you up, man.
I got you.
I'm gonna be in the cheap seats on that one. I ain't gonna even be on the floor. Fuck that.
Nah, but good talking to you fellas though. Again, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that came up, fantastic. Nick, what was that? Hood Service. I don't want to miss nobody. S.K.C, Big Nate. Good shout out to all y'all, you know, for having a conversation and everything about this, because it's always good to have conversations about these different topics, you know, that a lot of black people not talking about, you know, in real life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you hear a little bit, but you know, a lot of these topics that we talk about on these different channels, you know what I'm saying, are not really being discussed, you know, everywhere you go. And I go a lot of places, you know what I'm saying, and when I bring up a lot of these topics, people don't even know. People are not even aware of some of the stuff we be talking about on here. So and you know, all these topics that we cover, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody though. But peace out, fellas.
Be safe, bro. Be safe.
My brother, KIT. Y'all get on down there and check out brother KIT, because if you have been sleeping under a rock or something, you will not know that brother KIT is the official timekeeper of the T.P.O.T. debates. Get down there and check him out. Keep It Techie on YouTube, and also check him out at keepittechie.com. Negroes. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Any parting shots, my brothers, before we get up out of here?
No, just salute to Nick Taylor, man. I hope you come by my channel, man. I think you'd love it. Just look at the thumbnails. I know you'd love the channel if you like.
I've watched quite a few of your shows.
Oh, you did? Oh, wow! Salute, man. I appreciate that.
I've watched because a lot of time I'm at work. You know, I'm working, so I'm just watching. I'm not commenting. Or, you know, I'm just playing through because the phone is ringing and drivers, something wrong with the truck. It won't start. And, you know, and I got all that shit going on. So I'm in and I'm out, and I'm in and I'm bouncing around, and then, you know, and them damn phones. But I be listening.
Well, I just appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, man. I'm like, man, y'all be getting wild over there. I'm like, oh shit. Well, hell, I can't post. I'm in YouTube jail for a week. They gave me a community strike on a year-old video, and
on a year-old video. Wow.
Yeah, they do that, man.
And it's a video. It even, let's add insult to injury. It's a video. Well, I just screenshotted a news article from the UK Daily Mail and scrolled through it. And the link that they had on there for the CDC, where they're comparing COVID rates to flu rates, and just no audio, no talking by me, no talking by nobody. Scrolled through, showed the graph from the CDC. They gave me a strike, said that I'm showing stuff that's counter to what the World Health Organization. Fuck that I'm showing the CDC's website. It's the CDC
is American. WHO isn't, but they're going to strike.
Right. Wow. And they gave me a strike this morning for one of the rare videos where I'm not talking. I'm just showing, it's a screenshot.
Wow.
And they gave me a strike this morning, so I can't do nothing for a week. I'm populating all my BitChute and Press View because a brother owns Press View. Odinga, the guy you see in the black circles, Odinga Mabutu, he owns Press View. He owns Press View. So man, I'm populating his more than I am. And yeah, I got some on BitChute too, because that's more of a world, more, global thing. But I'm populating Press View as well. And I donate to him because tech costs money. And if I'm gonna give money to somebody, I'm gonna give it to him.
You know Odyssey? Have you ever heard of Odyssey?
Yeah, I had Odyssey. Me and Odyssey wasn't getting along. Ooh-wee.
Gotcha.
I gave them the try first because Keep It Techie told. That's what the only reason I went was because of him.
Gotcha.
And he said, "Free Dick Taylor." Put some money on my books. Yeah, because they got me in jail. But Press View, because it's Odinga, he always supported me. I support him. His platform is pretty easy, real easy to navigate. BitChute is easy to navigate as well. Once I figured out once I figured out Rumble ain't bad, but BitChute and Press View to me are much easier, and the links work on my Patreon.
Gotcha. Wow. Yeah, this is, it's so frightening, and I know you took it, Brother Xavier, but for them to go to these lengths to stop people's dissension from taking it, it's got to tell us something, man.
Oh yeah, they've been really fickle about the whole COVID thing. I mean, as far as YouTube goes, like they've been really a couple people they've like taking their shit down, like because of the stuff.
I lost the stream. Me and Tyson, Spiritual Logic, and Brother Truth did one about it, and they yanked it down.
Yeah, they take that shit down, man. I mean, YouTube.
Yeah, they gave me a community strike this morning. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm laying in bed sleep. I'm like, man, I ain't paying that shit no attention. I deal with it when I get up. And I get up and I'm like, man, that video a year old. What the hell?
Yeah, they're digging the crates too. I mean, they fucked with me. They fucked with me for some videos, man, that I did 3-4 years ago. I was telling S.K.C last week, man, they removed 12 of my videos, and I think the most recent one was 2 years ago. They took 1 or 2 that was like 2 years old. They took a couple that was 3 years old. They took like
what was
5.
What was the reasoning? Like what was
because they violated community guidelines.
Yep.
Now, mind you, some of those videos are like 4 years old. They've been up for 4 years, so they weren't violating community guidelines back then,
right?
But now they are in 2021.
Wow.
So I mean, it's just they took like 12 of my videos down, man. Like
old
shit too.
I done lost a gag. But here's the thing: right now, we can click on I bet you we can put club booty twerk in the search engine. I bet you. Now I ain't gonna do it, but I'm willing to bet you if we do that, we gonna have a gang of videos with thongs, ass, titty hanging. But that's okay.
And also, your boy Jeffree Star, men dressed like women doing makeup, and women love these channels. Yeah. They're normally trending number 1 and 2.
I have no idea who that is.
And those videos probably got commercials on them.
Oh, absolutely. Motherfucker's got 25 million subscribers.
So you can make a video where you BITCH ninja black ass ninja. Well, F you ninja, catch a flight, ninja. I stab you, ninja. Wait till you get here, ninja. Your mama, your sister, ninja.
Yeah.
And it ain't go nowhere. I screenshot the CDC, our own CDC, and that violates the WHO, World Health Organization. So we flagging your shit.
Absolutely.
Are you freaking kidding me?
That's where we are, man. That's where we are. That's why, I've talked about this. with a couple people, man. I don't even know if I'm gonna continue to do this shit after 2021. I mean, 2022, I might go back into radio. I'm really thinking about it, just going back into radio and saying fuck this YouTube shit. So
I'm waiting on one of these other ones to have a streaming deal. Rumble has one, but it's very expensive. Now, if I was monetized, I wouldn't even give it a second thought, because you know what I'm saying? Because then I just take the monetization money. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to make no money. If it paid for itself, I would do it. But if I gotta pay to stream for people to come and give me static and I'm paying for it, nah, fuck that.
Nah, I don't blame you.
You know.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I'm bouncing, gentlemen.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, brother Big Nate and brother Taylor.
And my office phone ringing right now too.
Yeah, man, perfect timing.
Yeah.
My
Hey, y'all,
brothers, man.
All right,
Peace.
Gentlemen.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Peace. Yeah, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. But before we go, y'all know I gotta hit y'all in the head with T.P.O.T's programming notes. Yeah. Because we got some good ones coming up. Let me go ahead and turn my shit on. Yeah, we got some good ones coming up. Now this one here, the one we were talking about earlier, the OGJ Speed will be here. That's going to be on the 1st of the month, and he's taking on Trey, the NBD, and it's going to be Boomer ideology versus Gen Xer ideology. So it should be pretty good. All right. Gen Xer, obviously, is brother Trey, and of course, the OG here is the Boomer. They'll be squaring off, man. The 1st of the month, right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You Negroes know. Next week, Thursday, the brother TVA will be back, and he will be doing a challenge. It's got to do with George Floyd and this dude, Floyd, whatever the hell his name is, Floyd something or another. Let me see. Let me go ahead and look, because I don't want to get it wrong, y'all. I don't want to get it wrong, folks. Floyd Ray Roseberry, I believe his name is, also known as the suspected attempted Capitol bomber. And brother TVA says George Floyd was killed, but the bomber had to be taken in alive. So he's going to be here talking about that, and he will be taking on all challengers who want to challenge him on his talking points. And that's going to be next Thursday, folks. That's going to be next Thursday, right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You Negroes know. So make sure you're here, all right? All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, man. The good folks out here and the good folks who hang out up in here. I appreciate the cash apps and the super chats. As always, I want to give a special shout out to brother Nick Taylor, brother S.K.C, brother K.I.T, my man LilBigNate, Perfect Black. Who else was up in here? My man Q Wilson, Army man. Now, shout out to brother Q Wilson, man, and everybody else, man, who participated. If I forgot your name, don't be mad at me. I'm old, god damn it. I'm old. Yeah, I appreciate all the brothers, man, for coming through tonight, man, and joining the panel. The brother Hood Servative was here as well. And who else? Brother BMT was here. Also, quite a few brothers was here tonight. And I appreciate all the good brothers, man, for stopping by and coming through, man. I appreciate all of y'all. I do. But most importantly, man, I appreciate you good folks, man, for your participation. That's the most important thing to me. Like I always say, man, I don't take you good folks lightly. I never have, and I never will. You got my word on that. All right. All right. And make sure you stay tuned, man, and pay attention to the thumbnails, man, because we got a few good ones coming up, man. We got a few good debates coming through, man. I'm looking forward to them myself. So, with that, I will leave you good folks with 3 words, you know, like I always do. Damn. Hit the wrong button, y'all. Open your mind.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
And so a community is where you control your police, you control your commerce, you control your education, you control your house. We don't control none of that. We live in a hood. Huh? Well, what about the Negroes that get out? Oh, well, see, my cousin, they say he's a multi-millionaire, almost at $1 billion. 3 PhDs, working on 2 more. Driving down the street in Chicago in his Rolls Royce, enjoying himself, and he hears these sirens and looks through the mirror and sees this cop car flashing lights. He squeezed the steering wheel, man. Heart beats fast. Because he knows the price of a Negro, what it could be. And then when that cop car passed him by, he said, thank God he wasn't after you in the first place, Paul. That Negro thing you can't get away from. It's universal. They wasn't coming after you. With all your millions, with your Rolls Royce, with your PhD, didn't help. That's the hood. Huh? Why do you think you never pick up a paper till you read over and over and see white families? You think it's thousands of black cops in America. Why don't you see white families crying as black cops shot my loved one 40 times in the back of the head? Why do you think black cops are that? You think they're more spiritual? Think they're better? No! They got enough sense to know that white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. And I will stop in our neighborhood when we decide we will not tolerate it. Now, if we was organized, which is hard to organize people who are just gonna run crazy and you don't know you're crazy. But if we were, with the money we have, and the many people who would come to our aid that don't know what it's like to be a Negro, and we said, if we said, look, we saying, if we don't get a federal law to deal with police brutality, that anytime a cop or anybody carry a gun, have to have a license just like you to drive a car. And if you use it wrong, then you'll lose your license. And if it's upheld, you can never work again as a cop or a store guard or a private detective. How do you get Congress to protect you? Well, you take your economic power and you call on your friends, black, white, young and old, and say, this coming Christmas, if we don't have a federal law to outlaw police brutality by law, if we call them for a nationwide boycott of Christmas and it'll start on Thanksgiving. Well, let me tell you what that means. 79% of all retail in America happens between Thanksgiving and Christmas. People stay in business all year, lose money just for Christmas, huh? Well, what happens now? South Fifth Avenue, Toys R Us, Sears and Roebuck, Westinghouse. They will get the bill, and all they got to do is make one phone call and say, Harry, that's the senator, I want that bill pushed through in 3 days. Okay, it's an economic thing. It's that simple. But we have the power, but the system has wiped us out so bad.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
Copy. Santana Lincoln 6. Go ahead. Clear suspect down 10-4. That's 10-4. The officer's code 4. We have one suspect that's been shot.
Open your mind. Your mind.
Only from T.P.O.T. Media. Open your mind.